Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan. Whoopee!
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey! Fresh with a brand new intro and live on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here. Butler's here. No Seth today, so you can rest easy that you'll get at least 25% less poo-poo stories. We do have Ross a little bit later.
Yep.
But again, I'd like to just kind of going along with the theme of having a new intro for our Twitch and for our video component to the show. A shout out to Ono Media, to Owen and all of his gang there for helping us put together a little intro that makes us look a lot better and hopefully is pleasing to your eyes. So for a little bit, we're going to fuck around.
So a couple of things. We have a Black Friday sale starting next week. It's going to start on Monday. We'll let the BDMs know first, like we always do, when exactly it's going to be up. But basically, we bundled together a bunch of stuff and making some like inexpensive Black Friday sale packages for Christmas you can get next week. And then we're gonna have some Tom and Dan Christmas ornaments, and
there's a bunch of
I
stuff.
think those are in the
there.
bundle.
Yeah, they are in the bundle,
Yeah.
but they'll be
I
available.
need one of those.
They've
My
been
tree's
bundled
up.
up.
I need one.
You bundled so much shit that
Yeah.
I don't even.
Can I get a bundle?
Can you
Not
take
that.
some?
No
of the,
bundle for
Can
you.
you
What?
take some of the ornaments out of the bundles at least?
No.
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, we got our answer. We got our answer.
What? Fucking Grinch over here.
Yeah, this guy fucking hates fun.
Travis,
Scrooge.
why do you like fishing porn? You don't even
Yeah.
fish yourself. I never see you fish.
Whoa.
Oh, we were talking about this during the intro, but you had your headphones on, so you didn't hear this.
Oh yeah, I was working. Just doing the fucking show.
I,
you guys are talking about fish porn?
I had
What is
mentioned that
fish porn?
I
fishing.
hate grandpas and porn. I can't get past it. And then Butler says there's a lot of grandpas in his fishing porn.
I do. Okay, I didn't know what you guys were
Weird.
talking about.
Yeah.
I am getting older, but I happen to be an expert of grandpas and porn. I like grandpas and porn,
can't.
but there's only one. There's the British grandpa. He's okay because he's attractive.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't
He's
know
like
if I
a
know who that is.
good-looking, muscly guy. He's melting a little bit. He's got white, almost like a white high,
What's
and
his
almost
name?
like a
I'm gonna
haircut
look him
like me.
up.
And he's British, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, hello, love," and he's always in the massage ones. He's got white hair. You know him if you. I know Tom. Tom's giving
You
me
don't
the
know
wink.
his name,
though?
He's giving me the wink. I don't know any of the guys' names. But I can give
Okay.
you all the girls' names.
There's a whole.
Tom thinks I'm crazy because I know all the girls' names.
Yeah.
Almost all of them.
There's a whole like European category or like
In
business of-
Europe, grandpas are a
production company.
lot more popular than they are in the States.
yeah.
Like
And
when I
porn
get
ver-
older, I'm moving to Europe just so I can fuck because
There's
I'll
just
be a
lot more of 'em.
grandpa.
There's a lot more of them over there, I think.
Hey, you know that guy that's called the guy that's the stock Photoshop guy that's like the old man who behind his eyes he looks like a Land of a Thousand Nightmares.
No,
They call him
yeah.
like behind his eyes Harold or something. It's called like Hide Your Fear Harold or something. It's something.
What?
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
There's a guy that he is a stock grandpa. He is the number one. Like if you were going to just buy a stock image photo of a grandpa, it's this guy, and he's always like sad, sort of.
Oh, the meme guy.
Yeah, he's on
Yes.
Cameo now. You can get him to do.
Hell yeah.
You can get him to do like happy, but he's like super Scottish, I think, and he's like, and you can't understand a fucking word he says. So his ratings are real bad because his teeth are all jacked.
Oh,
Hide your pain, Harold.
Hide your pain, Harold. That's his. Thank you, Sam. Hide
That's,
your pain.
Thanks to
Not Hydroplane
No.
Harold, but Hide Your Pain Harold. He's on Cameo, and his ratings are bad. Go look him up. His teeth are so fucked up, and now it's imagine buying Hide Your Pain Harold to do a cameo for you, and you're like, well, this fucking meme guy's teeth are jacked up, and I can't understand his fucking.
He's Hungarian.
I can't understand his Hungarian accent. 2 stars.
How much?
He's a retired Hungarian electrical engineer.
Yeah, and the motherfucker, you
Weird.
can't understand a word he says. It's crazy.
What, did he just sell his image a long time ago to one of these stock photo places?
He's also a model.
Oh, he must,
there you
must
go.
have just bought the image.
Well,
from
he got cast by this particular stock image company. They're like, we need old man talks in phone, old man uses computer, and he did it. And he just happens to have this really unfortunate look.
Yeah.
I'm fucking out that word, but
No, it's great. It's the best word
but
ever.
he's a weird man.
Yeah.
And he's been able to capitalize on his weird looks. It's $100, by the way, on Cameo.
The other people that are doing Cameo, like I saw some BDM posted about like Bam Margera doing it, and then
But Bams are weird, and he's all
Kevin Malone from The Office, whatever that actor's name is, and like I'm like, how much money?
The bad kid from Harry Potter's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was expensive. It was like $500.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Are they doing
Malfoy.
it?
Yeah, Malfoy.
Yeah, Malfoy. Yeah.
Draco Malfoy.
So help me
Draco
understand the motivation of these celebrities, especially the ones that are like, more famous actors that obviously have money, right? They're not like the old man from the stock photo image thing.
Harold.
Like I'm
How'd
guessing,
you paying Harold?
yeah, like every time he does one for $100, he's excited about getting $100. But like Bam Margera, whatever his cost, I mean, the guy, I don't know how much money he's giving away, but he's a millionaire, multi-millionaire.
Is he still?
Yeah, I mean, he made a lot.
Imagine he's got something stashed.
During the height, he did that Trident gum commercial. He got paid $1 million just you know what I'm
Says
saying?
his net worth is $20 million, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I mean he was making a lot in the Jackass movies. He was one of the highest paid stars.
I think he and Johnny were the 2 highest paid for 2. And that was the one where they cashed
they
in,
did
right?
4.
But 2 was the one where the and 2 and 3 were where
That and the CKY and CKY2K videos were huge sales.
Yeah, but he made
probably
most
pissed
of
that all away.
Yeah, MTV, all the Bam Margera
They got
shows.
huge.
Yeah, but anyway,
they had like Bam Margera fruit snacks. You know, when you have a fucking fruit snack.
But is he doing it?
Sell out.
Is he doing it for
Easy money.
Yeah, but is it like why would he even care?
You make a 30-second to 60-second video and get paid hundreds of dollars. Why would you not do
The
that?
ones that are
Because
weird
you're
to
a
me-
millionaire?
Well,
Like, I imagine it's like, if someone offered me, you could do something easy, make these videos, and I'm guessing $100 to him is $1 to me. Maybe,
some of them are weird. They're
Like,
like
gonna do anything for $1?
the ones I like the charity ones, and the first one I saw from that was like Lance Bass. But and all of his went to like homeless youth or something. I'm like, okay, this is great.
Yeah, there's actually a lot that do it for charity.
Yeah, and the ones that were weird to me though, where there was one during election time that was like Jason Alexander from Seinfeld for Biden, but it was like $2,000, and I'm like.
He's just raising money for a campaign.
But I get it. But like to me, like I was like, nah, I'd way rather do something for charity, Mr. Alexander. Pardon, but I don't want to throw, I don't want to get involved in your dumb politic thing. I want to, I don't know. I thought it just seemed weird to me, and plus it was a hell of a lot of money.
It is bizarre.
Snoop Dogg's $900.
Yeah,
that
it's $1,000 for Snoop Lion.
And it makes sense that celebrity, like, you could do it on your phone, so then it's like a novelty thing. And maybe that's the allure of it. It's just like, I'm doing this because it's goofy
Why
and
couldn't
it's
you
a
just
novelty.
do it on your own?
What do you mean?
I mean,
well, they it's
I mean,
hard.
if
you don't
you
wanna
were
be
a
involved.
band, if you were a popular band, if you were a popular DJ or singer or comedian, you could have an area on your website where you had
I've seen bands do that.
Yeah, your webmaster does the back end, and you say, hey, email us. PayPal us the money, and I'll send you the video. And we don't.
Some bands are actually doing like an Ask Me Anything type thing that you pay for,
like an AMA,
which is pretty cool.
Well, the new thing now are all these I mean, you've been doing a lot of these. I've done a little. I've dabbled in the online streaming concert land as far as local concerts. But Sam's been dabbling in these like big ass produced concerts. You did Pup, and then one came through. I got an email yesterday about one. I think it's a press release, too, because we've played these guys before and we've worked with their record label. But Atreyu is doing one.
Oh, okay.
Because I guess they have a new album coming out, and they're doing one tonight.
What is it?
It's just a really well produced
Virtual concert,
but it's like very intimate.
Is it live?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
live, so you get tickets. I think Ross was talking about it. We can ask him today when he does news. I believe he and his wife signed up to do one with Jewel. Because his wife loves Jewel. And actually today, I think the 25th anniversary, maybe the 30th anniversary of her big CD, a new version of that came out, like a remastered or maybe deluxe edition.
Yeah.
But that came out today. We'll ask Ross, but I think he and his wife signed up to do the Jewel virtual concert. So that's like the new big thing, or these well-produced live, and you buy a ticket, and then you are delivered like your stream. It's your personal...
Gotcha. To make it seem like it's more of a personal experience.
Yeah, and they make the venues smaller. They can, because no audience.
Don't need a big one.
They put produced bits in there and stuff like that from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
Pup had a stand-up comedian open for them for their live stream, and it was just him in his bedroom doing stand-up.
I think that's weird and cool.
Yeah, but he made fun of it too.
Yeah.
It's like, this is fucking weird.
I
right?
think it's kind of cool, but you're seeing, and we are seeing everything kind of.
Yeah,
I didn't ever think I'd be editing video daily and putting it on YouTube and having a Twitch feed. Like, I spend more time editing the video that we do for this fucking show than I ever do. I'm on autopilot when we do the show. Like, I'm not even awake when I edit the show.
Well, speaking of virtual, the CBE group is putting on a virtual beer fest tomorrow.
I fucked this up. I should have done this.
And they raised a lot of money.
Join tomorrow
For Yellow Brick Road Foundation, and we really appreciate, Jay, Jesus, everybody from CBE group.
You guys are the best.
Eric Radiker, our merchman, he donated his time and shipping supplies and things, and for Yellow Brick Road, and everybody, Tony Palmiotti, and everybody involved with
Doesn't
putting
it
it
make
together.
you feel good to know that our listeners, I remember you said something very powerful early on when we started working with Yellow Brick Road. I'm not joking right here. He looked at me as if to say, I was like,
You
fucking
motherfucker.
No, I'm being serious. You were talking about how much more children's charities mean to you and I as new dads. This is 5 years ago when we had just had our babies. When we and it was true, like the whole baby concept was like a totally new thing to us, and we were like new dads and really scared about it. And kids charities, and it's funny to see all of our listeners, even if you don't have kids, I think we can all agree that we love working with the Yellow Brick Road Foundation, and it's super fun, and we can all get behind what they do.
Yeah. 100%.
It's unbelievable. Helping kids with congenital heart defects is something I think even the most asshole-ish bastard can get behind. You know.
And if you want to check it out, I know they've already done a lot of the, they've delivered all the packages for the beers and the
well
pint
done,
glasses
guys.
and
It
everything.
looks amazing.
But you could
I
still
got the shirt.
jump on their
shirt's tits,
Facebook
man. It's
page.
great.
And it's the Craft Beer Enthusiast BDM Facebook page. If you're a BDM, you can get on it. And on their page, they're going to present. They got a bunch of videos. We did a video, and a lot of other people did. And
Sam
you could
did
just check it
one.
out.
Butler did one. We all
Butler
did
did
one.
one.
Tomorrow, if you want to just be involved, and I know if you want to donate to a Yellow Brick Road Foundation, it's YBRF.org, and we'll announce what CBE raised, but it was incredible. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I want them
appreciate
to do a contest on who created the best video.
We did. Me and Dan.
Well, I mean, we did just because
Yeah.
without us,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we
We're
are the
the-
universe.
Put a lot of work into mine.
We're the universe.
I mean, you could do a second
swirl
place
with.
if you want. I mean, that's.
Wow.
I mean, you could.
There's tits in mine.
Well, whoa, hold on a second.
First place.
Where's this now?
Hold on, is it too late to
It's on
join?
Discord, right?
Oh, Discord.
No,
I know
don't go
about
there
that.
anymore. No.
Oh,
Because-
right.
No, the CBE Discord.
Oh.
For the event. Yeah.
The one is Crusty
Red.
Dick City. Like, I
The
can't-
one is red.
yeah. Red wave. Red inflamed crusty wave.
I'm glad you mentioned about being a parent because
It is apparent that we are bad parents.
I
I'm like a bad rapper.
I don't want to be a drama queen here, but and I don't know how serious it is because I wasn't really involved with talking to the doctors.
You can't
but it
take my
may-
crown.
My son one of my sons may have come close to seeing if I'm right or wrong. If you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean. Is this a bottom of the pool Ross scenario?
No. So I'll tell a story. So on Wednesday this week, We had kind of a light day of work. We're getting shows ready for Thanksgiving.
Which means we busted our asses to get out early.
Yeah. And yeah, because we've been Samantha's been good keeping us on schedule and pre-recording the shows we need to, so that we got basically a full slate of shows for Thanksgiving week. And so anyway, Wednesday I was like, all right, let's make it an early day today. I need to go home because I still need to rake my dirt so I could spread my grass seeds in my front yard.
Oh, dude, I totally
It's Christmas
forgot.
grass, yeah.
No, I totally forgot. I am pro the Christmas grass. It is a tradition.
Why doesn't it stay throughout the year?
That particular grass will not grow.
It's just like chia grass.
Yeah, it needs like this particular season and weather.
It's just
in order to
seasonal.
thrive.
Okay.
It's just some winter rye, as they call it.
Why the fuck am I explaining it? You're the plant man.
It's like bread.
I almost said the F word for gays there as a reaction. I almost said you're the plant F. I almost said that.
It'll die about February, but it'll grow and it'll be a peak, and then I'll put the deer and the whole thing. Anyway,
No, don't. Can you at least get new deer?
I need to get new deer,
Yeah.
but they're harder to find than I thought. I started searching, and I was like,
They're out of style now. People like the inflatable. No, I'm not
yeah,
joking.
you're right. A wicker.
Yeah.
I need some old school wicker deer.
My dad would be proud that you're still putting them out there, though. They were his pride and joy.
The ass of the buck
Yeah.
is all burnt out,
Yeah.
so I can't get it working.
It used to be remember my dad used to call it the deer, and he had that Bing Crosby that sang, and he said it had the palsy.
So-
because it would go like clap, 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 clap.
I need to rake my yard because it's goddamn acorn season. I got 2 giant live oaks in front of my house. By the way, it's been a scourge for me this entire time. Crystal's like, they provide shade. They're beautiful to look at, but I'm like, at what cost?
Right.
Every year,
Yeah.
40,000 acorns
I gotta say, since I moved,
littered.
I have no trees now around my house.
It's
and it's
great.
great.
Yeah. Why? Like, yeah, she's like, they're beautiful. I'm like, they're a pain in the ass.
They
2
are.
times a year, leaves crazy. They've ruined relationships.
It stains
Why
everything.
Ross quit the show the first time?
Yeah.
Because he raked the leaves.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
And
hilarious.
did
They've ruined my car.
Did you order him you ordered him a fucking pizza like a goddamn dog.
The pollen.
That's your friend of yours, man. That was like he was
I'm
a friend of
surprised
yours.
he's going to be on the show
He
today.
was a friend of yours.
You know how hard it is to rake acorns?
He's just now back talking to me because of your fucking pizza.
So,
Allergies.
I'm raking the
pollen.
corns. And
Did you
it's
get them all raked
horrible.
up?
No, and they
You
deteriorate.
said they stick in the ground and you have to pick them out with a rake.
Oh, it's horrible. Anyway, I get there on Wednesday, and Crystal is watching her mom's dog, her mom and sister's dog.
What's she watching it do?
They're they had to go run down to Miami,
Die.
and so we're dog sitting in.
Oh, wait, where's the cat?
Oh, they're all there.
So your
Cats.
parents sitting and your dog sitting.
Garage Cat's
and where's
there, yeah.
Garage Cat?
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, I'm not even allowed because now Crystal's developed a relationship with Garage Cat, so she can feed it.
What's up, Crystal?
But if I go in there, it'll attack my legs immediately. That's what they told me. Yeah. That's.
I will never understand that. I will never understand the concept of keeping something alive that wants to kill you.
Right.
So anyway, Crystal's like, oh, we're gonna walk the dog because I got home early.
I know what that means.
Well, let's go for a walk. It's a nice day. It's nice outside now. You know.
Oh, it's beautiful. I sit on my balcony and I judge everybody as they walk by.
So I'm like, all right, well, because when I'm getting home, they were leaving the house to walk the dog. They didn't know I was gonna get home early, so I'm like, let me change into my house clothes.
Let me put on my booty shorts and let's get to walking.
Yeah.
and then I'll meet you down the street. Just go for And
I like to go a pretty decent clip and keep my arms moving.
How different are your house clothes than your...
He wears
I just
tiny
put on a
fluorescent
headband.
booty shorts and a headband.
Oh yeah. And so I go in there.
You can put on the headband here, by
You
the way.
look like Key West Uncle Rico.
I take some CBD because my back hurt. I take my medicine.
Yeah, so do I.
My walking medicine.
Yeah.
And
I don't even know what I have anymore. CBD, THC, just anything.
All
If it's
of
got
it.
3 letters, I pump it into my
Yeah,
body.
LSD, MDMA.
Anything. Give me the letters. 3 letters. put it in-
DMT.
I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
put it in
CBD
there.
for my back. It's got a lot of THC though. But it's CBD too.
I need it in there. It
Yeah.
activates it. It activates it.
So because if you tell people CBD, they're like, "Oh, you're a hero."
Yeah.
They don't think you're a fucking stoner.
I have a story about that will be on the end of your story.
So So anyway, I go get my headband on or whatever, get my my shirt, and then I get on my one wheel. Which Crystal hates when I go for a walk on my one wheel.
Well, you're not walking.
Yeah, we have some new emails about that we'll be hitting later.
Much better than walking. Anyway,
I don't disagree. But.
I get on my one wheel, haul ass, and they're a block or two down the street.
Gotta catch up with them. Do you carry a Bluetooth speaker?
Yes,
that plays Fleetwood Mac streams.
I do not. So I catch up to them, and then as I get closer, I notice Crystal's on her knees, and she's slapping Tommy's feet. Right, so.
Well, that's a classic Castleberry greeting.
Okay.
I believe that's called the traditional Confederate handshake, if I remember correctly. But only on the battlefield you're supposed to use that one.
So I roll up and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And
I roll up like he's a fucking sheriff.
Dog and
the sheriff. What do we have here?
Orangey.
I got a couple of foot slappers.
And
Castleberry foot slappers.
And then Crystal's like, Tommy got an ant in his shoe, right? And then I'm like, oh shit, an ant. And then like she's like, look at her, it bit his ankles. And so I looked, and immediately a big red welt on his ankle.
Is it like what Max gets with mosquitoes?
Yeah.
I have the thing that Max and I have the same thing. When I was Max's age, when I get bit by mosquitoes, it would turn into a giant white disc, huge, and raise up, and then get red and itch and last forever.
That kind of went away as the more mosquitoes bit him.
You grow out of it. Yeah, you do.
You grow tolerant.
Tolerant. So anyway,
I had it with chocolate too. It's weird.
So and Tommy didn't, he wasn't that affected. It looked like he got 2 ant bites on his ankle. Right?
But dude, I vote ant bite right under horsefly bite as far as the way it hurts. And ant bite to me is one of those bites where it's like, when you put a pin directly into your finger or hand, like I hate the feeling of it.
Yeah.
It's excruciating.
That and it gives you a fucking pimple.
Yeah.
And it itches like mad.
So
and then sometimes they leave scars if you pop them.
And I was Tommy wasn't complaining that much, but he did have these welts on his ankle, and then he was like itching him. He's like, and then
it's
Crystal saw the
impossible as a child to not scratch it.
It was just one ant because she whacked it off his ankle, and then it was just like she saw it run across the sidewalk.
I'm sorry, you said whack off the ankle.
And then
Child.
So
Giggity.
Crystal's like, can you one wheel back to the house, get some Bactine?
Good thing you had your one wheel here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so
shake your hand.
This is what I'm prepared for. This is the reason I'm prepared.
You are.
This is why
you are. What do they call those guys?
Castleberry prepper.
Yeah,
just with one wheel, no other preparations. I have nothing. I'm under prepared.
What do you got? I got a one wheel. How's the charge? Oh shit.
And then in every other aspect.
And now back to Castleberry Prepper. I brought my one wheel. What's the charge like? 20%. Oh, fuck.
And it's heavy as fuck, so even if I'm running with it,
you can kill somebody with it.
It hinders me from...
so heavy?
Well, there's a lot. It's pretty... Yeah, a lot going on in there.
Lightweight one.
So I'm like, I got it, and then I took off on the one wheel, fast, full speed, roll up to my garage. I open my garage door, precision garage door, while I'm one wheeling.
Love it.
Hit the open with
21st century digital boy.
I jump off, run inside, get the Bactine, jump back out, and then I close the garage door on my app as I'm one wheeling through the neighborhood.
Well, it doesn't sound like. It sounds more like.
So I get there. I when I'm getting close to where they were, I see that they're walking back towards the house now, right?
Oh.
So which I thought was odd. So I pull up on the one wheel. I jump off.
What do we have? I'll roll up. What do we have here? Sheriff Tom, Castleberry Sheriff's Department.
And I'm like, I have the Bactine, and then Crystal's like, he's got hives, right? And I'm like, what do you mean? And then she like lifts up his shorts, and he's
got 2 beehives strapped to his thighs
and
thigh hives.
So basically, his whole legs broke out in hives. So I was like, that's weird. I'm like, I'm gonna spray him all. I'm like, gonna spray his legs with this Bactine. That'll help.
I'm a hero.
yeah. I wait on one wheel.
Step back. I have the Bactine. I'm one wheel. I'm the one wheel man.
So I start spraying him crazy with the Bactine, and then we're looking, and then we're watching the hives just start moving up his body, like
terrifying,
real time. And then I'm like, holy shit. Why is this happening? And then Chris is like, wait, this is not normal. Like, he's having some sort of reaction. And I'm like, over a fucking ant bite? And so I'm sort of spraying his
Bactine overdose.
So I'm like, what is like? So we're like, let's go back to the house.
to Bactine.
Right.
So quick, kick dirt on him.
Pay on him.
So we start walking back, and I'm one wheeling behind the family,
Which is, there's nothing more dorky than when your family and you have to slow ride to keep up.
Okay, I'm shaking. And then so it's as we're getting closer to the house, the fucking rash is getting worse and worse. It starts showing.
How fast? How long would you say this time? What are we talking? Like 10 minutes? 5 minutes?
Less than 10 minutes.
Jesus.
Since he got bit by the ant, and then all of a sudden it starts showing up on his face, like in his head. And so at one point I was like, let me pick him up and one wheel.
Oh my God.
Like you know what I'm saying?
I probably would do the same
one wheel
thing.
him back to the house. But that got vetoed.
Yeah, but you know me well enough to
fall
know I'd freak out.
So he's got no helmet.
They gotta wear helmets in their Power Wheels.
Yeah.
Crystal's not letting that happen.
Yeah. So
Crystal's the good one.
Yeah.
anyway, we get back to the house.
God bless that woman.
We're looking, and then he starts itching. He's like, everything itches. He starts itching, and then he's like, my pee-pee itches.
That's kind of what I do every night. Like, because I have bad allergies, and I just stand there, I just scratch my pubes, and I'm like, everything on me. My God, I'm killing myself.
So I'm like, what's wrong with your pee-pee?
Don't yell that in the
There's
street.
ants coming out of his pee-pee. He's turning into an ant.
I look at his pee-pee, it's all red and irritated, like goddamn Discord. But your pee-pee. And then I'm
Hold on, let me take a couple shots.
so then
Both is
the
on there.
welts start turning into like miniature ant bites all over his body, where I'm like, holy
Is he
shit.
covered in ants and
No,
you just can't
no.
see them? Or like...
2 or 3 at the most ant bites on his ankle. That's it. Like the originals are still there. He's breaking out crazy. So Crystal's like, I'm like, this is a weird, like, how bad is this? We don't want to overreact and then be the parents that like freak out over something that's like maybe normal. You get a hive reaction sometimes and no big deal. So Crystal calls the doctor, right? She calls the pediatrician. The pediatrician starts.
Dr. Nick, Casanova pediatrician.
What I assume is a raccoon in the top hat is telling us that is he having problems breathing or
You got to put some Taco Bell fire sauce on it. I'll clear right
not
up.
the mild.
Yeah, don't put the mild on there, and then don't put that goddamn communist salsa verde. Verde, I don't even know what that is.
So they started asking, he can breathe. And meanwhile, Tommy, besides from itching, he's not complaining at all. He's just like, I'm like, are you fine? Can you breathe?
Yeah, you guys are freaking out more than he is.
Yeah.
That's always the case, by the way.
Right.
I don't know if any of the parents that are in our Twitch chat room agree, but normally I'm the freak out. Or, no, sometimes Andrea is. It would surprise you guys how much more she freaks out than I do. It's weird how I'm calm and weird. Like, I'm pandemic calm. That's weird, right?
Even at this point, I'm still like, you can call the doctor, but maybe it's all an overreaction.
What's Maxie doing?
Max just wants to play Switch.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
He's like, can we play Switch? I was like, God damn, stop asking.
Your brother's dying.
So then I'm like,
Do I get the Switch to myself now?
they're talking. Crystal's talking to Peter, like, oh, and they're like, yeah, trouble breathing. No. And then she's like, is his lips swelling? And we're like, no, his lips look fine. And then she's still talking, whatever. And I'm looking at Tommy's face, and literally, as I'm looking at him, I could see his lips start to swell up. And I'm like, oh shit, his lips! I'm like, his lips! And then so Chris is like, his lips! And then the doctor's
And you
like,
guys are just like, layup.
and then the doctor's like, take him to the emergency room now.
Oh, God, that's terrifying. Right?
Quick, to the one wheel.
Oh, my God.
So
Where's my top hat?
at that point, we're not outwardly panicking because I don't want to send my sons into a panic.
You're better at that than I am. I usually panic right in Maisie's face.
Your kids don't want to see your parents panic.
No.
It's like traumatizing.
It
Plus,
spreads-
what does that help?
No, it spreads like wildfire, dude.
Yeah. So, but when she said that, Crystal's like, I got to take him now. I'm like, all right, I'll stay with Max. Obviously, no reason for all to go into the emergency room, especially now. So you just go, and then she's like, go to the closest one. Or whatever. She goes to the Winter Park one. So she gets in the car. I'm on the phone with her, and then she's like, all right, I'm driving. He's fine. He, was looking at my phone. We're gonna get there, and I was like, all right, just call me when you get there or whatever. And then, so I'm sitting there and I'm just staring at the phone. I'm fucking panicking, right? Like, because now I feel helpless.
Yeah, well, you are.
And I can't do anything. And then Max is like, let's play Mario Bros.
Yes. Max.
So Crystal, she texted me. She's like, all right, we got to the hospital. I told them what was going on, and they rushed us to a room, and they're going to, we're safe. Like, they're taking care of me. He's fine. Yeah. But now his eyes are swollen.
Was that the picture you sent me?
Yeah,
right. You sent that in the chat, and I was like, oh my God.
Now, I'm in therapy, like next door.
Yeah.
So I'm not on my phone. But I can feel it going off in my pocket. I don't know what's happening. Like, when I finally saw the photo, I'm like, I want to cry.
Hey, and so...
eyelids were swollen.
Everything on him was swollen.
Yeah. So they rushed him back there. They need to get him on, like, IV, I guess antihistamine or whatever the hell, some sort of... whatever
Histamine
counter
blocker.
Yeah. So then I'm like, all right, but at this point I'm fucking nervous as hell of like what's going on, but there's nothing I can do, right? So I'm just sitting there, and then Max
you're playing Luigi.
Max is like, let's play Mario. So this whole time for the past 10 minutes, I've just been staring at my blank text screen to Crystal,
waiting for something,
waiting for a response. I'm like, well, this is not helping anything. I'll just let me just play goddamn Mario with Max. So,
God, better you than me, man. There's no way no way in hell I'd be able to do that. Because I'm too OCD. I'm too obsessive compulsive. I would have to just stand and stare at my phone.
Yeah.
That's the difference, man. There's no fucking way I could.
But you got another kid sitting there.
It was also freaking out.
You don't understand who you're talking to. There's no way I would be able. I would have to really try hard. Really try hard.
So I get on, and usually it's Max and Tommy. They have this 2-player game, and they're almost to the end of like beating the game. So they're like one castle away from winning, but they can't get past this castle. They've been trying for the past like 3 days straight, and they keep dying or whatever. And so like Max is like, hey, you want to try this castle with me? And then I'm like, all right, let's do it.
I like that he didn't have much confidence. He's like, well, my normal partner's not here, but hey, you want to try this? I mean, you could take a swing at it.
So I'm not shitting you. I don't know if it was nervous energy. I don't know if it was because like I was so like scared for Tommy that I couldn't, like I had ultra focus or whatever, but me and Max fucking dominated this castle. Like, and literally I'm swinging from chain to chain, perfect, and Max is behind me. At one point Max is on my head and I'm fucking spinning crazy. I played this game twice and I'm fucking killing it. And I'm like, I've never played video games as well since, and I remember the last time it was the goddamn frog pajamas.
Somebody said it in the chat.
Tony Hawk.
No.
It was Crystal and frog pajamas.
I would like to think that as you were doing
27-point combo.
I would like to think that as you did it, right? Like you're playing and you guys, it's almost like you've ascended into like some sort of like weird nirvana, and then frog pajamas appears.
Hello, Tom. Tommy will be fine. I am here, and I bid you a pajama farewell.
I had pure frog pajama.
He was there.
Video
it was
game
like
strength.
Cortana from Halo.
and we fucking beat this goddamn castle.
Oh, I feel bad for Tommy. Well, you're a mean dad. Wow, you got a fucking hand bite, you pussy? I'm gonna beat this fucking game.
Tommy, after he did, and the next day. I'll tell you what.
Was he mad that you beat the level without him?
He was mad.
Probably cried.
Then he made me prove that I could buy, but I was horrible the next time I tried.
Wait a minute, he made you prove?
Well, because me and Max were telling Tommy, but anyway,
and Tommy called you a liar, which is the same thing we do.
Yeah. So long story short,
Tommy
had to get like IV and a histamine or whatever, and then it turns out he's fucking severely allergic to red ant bites.
God damn.
That sucks.
And remember when I told you guys
He lives in a great state.
he got bit by a red ant and
a
his
couple
foot
weeks ago,
swelled
yeah.
up. Well, apparently the ER doctor said that usually that's how it happens. They'll get one bite and they'll have a reaction, and then the next one will be 10 times worse. And fucking sure enough, it was like 2 or 3 ant bites. The only caused his entire body to turn into hives, and his eyes and his lips to swell. And I guess it could be worse. Obviously, you start throat swelling and shit. I don't know if it would eventually have gotten there, but there's a risk. So
that's kind of what they were saying about my shrimp deal. Like, remember, like I had the shrimp at that one party years ago at Christmas.
Yeah.
Then another time I had it and it was worse. And they're kind of like, they were like, well, here's your EpiPen. We've done the test. We know you're allergic to it. How about you just stop fucking around with the shrimp? It's kind of, well, I'm an adult. They're not going to act like that to a kid.
Do you tell Tommy that, like, hey, just look out for ants and
I think you have to, right?
You have to. Do you tell him the severity of, like?
You don't make him paranoid, but you make him understand the process. He's smart, though. I think he'll be fine.
That's the thing. It's like weighing out, making him.
How much do you tell him?
Paranoid about going outside or walking in the grass over ants, and so now we had to get the EpiPen, and now we had to give one to the school and shit, and to let them know that, and we're filling out the paperwork and everything.
Extremely affordable. EpiPens are the most expensive fucking weird thing that you probably won't use.
People will die if they don't have these
No,
things.
I understand, but like they should be cheap.
Right.
They should be cheap, and they should be flowing out of the faucets. They should be easy to find. Everybody got one.
The instructions on how to use it is terrifying. But by the way,
I have one on my desk.
I got another gripe for a pharmacist. So Crystal, she gets the EpiPen at the this particular pharmacy, and then she's like, the pediatrician said to ask the pharmacist how to use it, and then Crystal's like, excuse me, can I like the pharmacist explain to me how to use this? So the tech's like, let me get the pharmacist. And then the tech goes back, talks to the guy in the back. And
I don't fucking know. I'm getting a cameo from Bam Margera.
And then come back and the instructions are in the box.
Oh, dude.
What are you doing?
Is that where we're at now?
If the instructions why are you there? To count the pills? A robot could do that. Anyway.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I mean, I'm sure they were busy, but like, it'd be like, can they still come and talk me through it? Because I've never done this.
He's supposed to show you, not instructions, but real world techniques on how to use it.
Don't you just like stab it in the leg like morphine in World War II?
No, but there is a technique to it, and the lady at my place will walk you through the whole thing. They have a dummy one. Yeah. They're supposed to give you the dummy one and show you how to use it. But it doesn't have a needle in it.
I can imagine the next time Tommy does an ant bite, he's swollen up, he's screaming, and I'm like, I'm sorry! And I'm stabbing it into his leg like goddamn Pulp
His little tiny bird legs.
Pulp Fiction. It's got bone legs.
Yeah, how you going to get it to his bones?
Am I supposed to inject it into the bird bones?
You got to stab him in the butt. His butt. It's the only place he got a little bit of meat.
Does he have a fat butt? Like
tiny bird butt.
Right at the very bottom, there's a little bit of bird meat. Stab it in the tiny little bird, like right where just that little part that you'd eat, like if you were at fucking Twin Peaks eating wings.
Right where the ants bite them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, son, I gotta stab your sacks.
Gotta stab your skinny butt sacks.
And then I got mad. I don't know who. I was like, why? Why did this happen? Fuck you, ants.
That's what I said.
Raised little snowflakes, and now they're allergic to ants.
I don't know.
That's just genetic. Who in your family's allergic to ants?
Nobody. I don't know, or at least, and I guess they said they can grow out of it, and then there's a, we have an allergist appointment, and they're like, they can give you small doses of ant poison, and there's like
put it in the sacks,
and then you can give them ant poison for
it'll turn into half Ant-Man.
Poison your child
with enough time and enough small doses of
hopefully
ant
he'll
poison.
grow up to be an Ant-Man without the horrible domestic violence.
So apparently I gotta microdose him with ant poison
then he starts whacking his wife around later in life.
I was mad about this whole scenario.
And why wouldn't you be?
Because now I have to worry about fucking
he's such
ants.
a sweet kid.
We live in Florida.
But I will say,
it's like worrying about racist people.
Here's the cool part. Here's the cool part about being a kid, though. We all saw him yesterday, and he looked great, and he was happy. He was back to normal.
He's perfectly fine.
And that was good. Yeah. But that picture of him with his little eyes swollen, that's the saddest shit I've ever seen. Oh my God! Man. And I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you guys got to the bottom of it, because My God.
Yeah. No, he's fine, and it'll be fine. And now we got the EpiPen, and who knows how bad it would have gotten, I guess, but it could have been real bad.
Well,
and
I
that's
take the
problem.
chance, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a wait and see scenario.
No.
Even when you get older, it's like they have a fucking they have a shrimp omelet at Grills that I really wanted one morning. It's just like, why? Why take the chance? Am I going to die in front of my daughter at Grills because I'm allergic to something? Because I just wanted an omelet?
Right.
This is what scared Crystal, is that anytime you're at a hospital or a physician or whatever, and they start like acting as if time is of the essence, and they need to that scares you. It's like so when they were
Completely
booking
understand.
in Tommy, the lady literally is like, what's his name and his birth date, and she wrote it down on like a napkin she had in her pocket.
I'll do it later.
Yeah, and that's what
let's get him back there right
like,
now.
Oh shit, how serious is this? Anyway, so that was my Wednesday.
Fun week.
You are. You know what? I commend you having humor when shit is hitting the fan, because you were like just a typical Castleberry. You were fucking around. And that maybe,
because I don't know if you want us to say the other part.
maybe that's a bit of your
what happened that
maybe
day.
Fire trucks and the ambulance came, and I was like, what the fuck is going on during the time?
Do you want to know why I really freaked out? Because I thought that was for Tommy.
No,
but remember, I'm in therapy.
Yeah,
I'm
see
only
pictures
seeing
of-
photos. I see a picture of Tommy's eyes swollen. The next picture is a picture of an ambulance.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well,
the homeless man had
we're
a
gonna
problem.
need a lot of therapy
down
now.
the street.
Homeless Harry Potts.
Still undetermined. Haven't seen him in days, but the
Uh-oh.
ambulance went and got him. So
maybe
hopefully he's
he
okay.
went to that great pot in the sky.
I think he's fine, but something happened. Anyway, so quite a crazy week in the old Tom Van neighborhood.
Yeah, well, I'm glad your boy is okay. I had to go to the bank to do more estate planning for my mom, and I have a question for you guys. And I think we dabbled a little bit on this on ACT, but I fully don't understand this. Why do I have to sit at the bank when I'm opening an account for my mom who's dead, and I'm going to put her dead person money into the account? And I'm sorry if that's a little, flippant or whatever, but I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Why do I have to sit there to open an account? And why do I have to be there? Why do I have to sit there the entire time you're typing? Why?
It's the sign, like you have to be in person.
No,
to
I'll
sign
come
or-
by and sign in person.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But why am I watching
Why
you do
am
the
I
work?
watching you type the entire time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's annoying.
They it's one of those deals. I used to think if you worked at a bank that you were like, it was like a ooh la la scenario. Like, you work at a bank? Oh shit, there's money around.
I thought I used
La
to
la
do that too.
scenario.
That's
you were
what
fancier.
Florida boys do, and I thought that too.
It turns out it's just a normal shitty job, just like everything else.
I know some trash people that work for banks.
They don't even pay that well, and they got money.
And I'm sitting there, I'm sitting there with this guy, and of course, what do I get? I get the trainee.
Oh, God.
And he's the nicest guy. That's even worse. Give me the trainee who's an asshole so I can be an asshole.
Yeah.
But this guy's sweet. He's like a younger guy, and I want to say he's like from a Caribbean nation. He had a cool name. His name was Junior, but they called him June. Yeah. But he was great, and he got me patched up. But it was super embarrassing because I'm there with him trying to fill out all this paperwork, and me and Andrea have to be there at the same time. Andrea is the organizer. I'm just the guy that happens to have the mom, right?
Yeah.
So I'm there. We're trying to get this done, and it's just not working. And I had to tell the guy, and I know you hate this, but we were running late, and we had an interview with who did we have this week? Like on Tuesday. It was a big one. Cashed Out.
Oh, yeah.
It was Cashed Out. So we have the reggae band Cashed Out that we all like. We have an interview with them. I'm going to end up running late because of this appointment that I didn't think it would take 2 hours to set up an estate account. And this guy's slowing down. So I have to tell him, I'm like, look, I have to stop now. This hour and a half that we've been here, I have to leave now. I cannot sit through this, which was making Andrea very mad.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't like to be late for you guys,
Right.
and I like to be here at least 10 minutes before we record. I don't like coming in hot. I know you like that. I can't do it. I'm not that person. I can't just run in the door, plop down, and go like, hey. I just can't. I don't function that way. And so I tell him I have to leave. Andrea looks like she's about to cry because we did a full hour and a half, and then we didn't get done. So right at the time I say we have to leave, his computer crashes, and it completely shuts down. So Andrea has to leave. So then we leave. We come here. We do the show and do everything. And he tells me to come back at 3:30. Come back at 3:30. And then there's another guy that's going to take over my account this guy goes into telling me about how much he's sorry for my loss, and he's like really emotional about it, and talking about how he had a death in his family as well, and how his brother had just passed away as well, so he knows how I feel about how my mom passed away, and his brother, he says, pardon if he's talking a little too much, but he's got to be on this computer and got to check some things, and he's a talkative guy. I'm like, oh, sure, you talking to me is fine, no big deal, totally okay. And he's continuing to tell me the story about his brother, and then he starts to weave this tale about how his brother was, like in a lot of rock and roll bands and was a musician, and then that went into how his brother was probably hanging out with not the nicest people, and his brother got into dabbling into marijuana and smoking weed. Oh no! And then the weed, he felt like it was the gateway drug that got him into the other drugs that he gotten into, and then he eventually got it hooked on prescription pills and Oxycontin, and then that led to heroin, and his brother had recently passed away, and then he asked me for a second form of ID, and I pull out my license and lay it there, and then I realize I have no other form of second ID except for
medical marijuana. Yes.
That's awesome.
Hilarious.
It's not hilarious.
Well, look.
It's not hilarious when your wife looks at you, and it's also not hilarious when June comes back to you and says,
just for CBD.
Mr. Dennis, you left your you left your ID here earlier. We found it in the parking lot. It fell out of my.
Are you serious?
My ID fell out of the fucking parking lot. They found it, and then my second form of ID, I had to hand it to the guys my medical marijuana card after the guy told me the gateway drug killed his brother. I'm becoming you. Just a worse version.
You start explaining how CBD has a lot of anti-inflammatory properties.
Right.
It's like all for the CBD. I mean, there's a lot of THC. But
Ghost of Manu Bull hit it. He nailed it on the head. This is the most Larry David thing that's ever. It was because I looked through my wallet. There is nothing, because a second form of ID at a bank has to have a photo. It has to. Mm-hmm. The only thing I have that has a photo on it that is government issued and falls under the recommendations is my medical marijuana card. It is approved by the state of Florida, by the way. You can use it. You're just going to look like an asshole when the guy...
Mm-hmm. I'm spreading my orb to all my friends and family. It's like,
dude, I got it bad.
I gave it to you. Tommy got the ant.
Tommy got the
I was fine.
Somebody in the chat,
I was having fun.
Somebody in the chat said that an iron deficiency can give you like an allergy to things like ants and stuff. So they're like, I don't know if they were joking about like, is somebody a vegetarian?
Yeah,
no, I have too much iron.
Oh, okay.
I have iron overload. But I looked into it, and there's actually some truth to that.
Yeah, no,
he can be prone to more allergies.
He has enough iron from vegetables and things.
Dr. Dom.
I don't even think you know what vegetables have iron in them.
Yeah, Crystal does.
She might.
She does.
She knows because she's super sensitive about their vegetarian diets and all the criticism.
Yeah,
like, they're not getting enough of this. And they're like, nope.
She combats that.
You get plenty of iron from these veggies and whatever else they eat that. Yeah, no, it's a random ant allergy. And by the way, back to bank manager. Remember when bank manager, it used to be like a higher status in society where it's like there's like mayor of the town. Then if he died, the bank manager was
yeah.
It was like it was an old man at a pocket watch.
Well,
what happened to those?
It was like the end of business, though. It was like the front line of business. Like if you worked at the bank, you were Mr. Business.
Yeah.
Because business is very simple. It's like, well, what do you sell? I sell my old world peppermint sticks. It's like,
Now it's just
you're a candy maker, so you're, very simple trade.
It's the guy that you went to high school with that tried to be a penny stockbroker at first, and then that didn't work out. Now he's a manager of
Actually,
Wachovia.
the good news of everything is the manager that I ended up getting was like this really, really nice lady who basically had been banking her entire life, but she was really young. You ever find one of those people where you're working with somebody and you're like, you're way too young to have been working here? I'm probably that guy for radio. Like, people go, you've done 30 years of radio? I'm like, yeah, since I was 19 years old. This lady was so good at what she did, and she was younger than me, and she'd been working at that particular bank for like 25 years. So she fixed everything. But, of course, everything went wrong. Of course, Andrea said I embarrassed her with the medical marijuana card. Of course, she said I embarrassed her with all my little jokes to try and clear things up and make things easier. Because apparently, when things are really awkward, you're just supposed to sit quietly and not say a fucking word.
That makes it more awkward.
That's what I say. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell, but that's how you know it's
Two
real.
yelling
And would
grandpas.
my wife please stop letting my daughter ride my dangerous electric skateboard? Can you guys all email Andrea and beg her to not let my daughter ride that?
Fine. You're
She's
being
fine.
a helicopter mom. Your daughter is
No.
Does she have
an
a helmet
athlete.
on?
What?
Does she have a helmet on?
Her helmet's too small. I need to get her a new one.
Oh.
She is an athlete.
It's
She's
not a proper
fine.
helmet. I've already been called out on social media one time,
Oh,
and I
God.
said it fits and it's good, and it
Oh,
does.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a little too small.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
She's got a head like her mom. Her mom's got a head like a Remax balloon. It's a fucking ginormous mega head.
Yeah. It's also like she's not a running back in the NFL. Like if she's gonna fall, she weighs 50 pounds. It's
But
like
that
you're not
skateboard-
ricocheting her head off. The,
Andrea's been letting her lay on her stomach with an electric skateboard with her head at the front.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
So if she slid off, she's just going to grind her face off the concrete.
Yeah, that's a little
By the way,
sketchy.
I think helmet makers should have
Face shield.
well that and also
I
there's
just don't want her riding it. How about that?
like let's look at the standard.
That's the easiest.
Yeah.
the standard skateboard helmet, right? Everybody's seen it before. It's the
Oh, my wife's in there.
the matte
The
black
goddamn electric skateboard.
the matte black skateboard helmet. Everybody's
Yes.
seen it before. So that helmet is for a fat dad riding on one wheel, right? So you're going all of 8 miles an hour on the sidewalk, and so that's for that.
Yeah.
And for the guy doing the mega ramp. Remember the guy that blew his shoes off
Yeah.
because he pushed out a little too far? So he lands, he goes up the quarter pipe, and then literally falls down from the 3-story building and then lands on the flat part and blows his shoe off. That guy's wearing the same helmet the fat dad with the one wheel. Like, shouldn't there be an extreme version of that
Yeah.
to protect your head more? Like, why is it the exact same one?
And why do they make bicycle helmets? Like for road bikes? Why do they make them all look fucking dumb?
Yeah.
I don't like the holes.
Yeah, why is it
Stupid
gotta have
nerd holes.
An
yeah.
almond with holes.
I don't want to.
Half an almond with holes.
Remember when Jamiroquai had that fucking helmet he would wear that would move? Mm-hmm. You know, like a couple albums ago, he had one of those. That's what a bike helmet looks like. And my wife's clowning me because I said I'm talking about the electric skateboard, and she's like, "That's living."
That's living.
Yeah, she is convinced that my daughter is just a fun, athletic Florida girl, and she'd be allowed to do that.
Yeah,
And
I'm with your wife,
We
man.
do I know you are, and we disagree on
Wait,
the electric
what?
skateboard.
Did he just finally admit that he's with your wife?
We completely disagree on this electric skateboard because it's gonna end poorly. This is maybe the one of maybe 5 times I've been serious on the show.
Listen, everything I go to do, I think is going to end poorly. That's just what happens. You have to live your life. You have to let her ride the skateboard. She'll learn her lesson. If she falls, then she'll know
She
not to
falls
do that
all the
again.
time. She looks like a Dalmatian. Her legs are just bruised city.
Yeah. That's fine. You got to let her live her life and take some chances. You know.
That's all she does is take chances.
Right, yeah. Because one of my sons can't even walk in the grass now.
Oh, you better make sure that Christmas Meadow don't have any ants.
Oh,
I
that's a
got
Christmas nightmare.
I have to poison my whole yard.
You're gonna kill the grass.
Nah, you throw those granules out.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
like old corn chips.
Yeah,
and then the
ant
ants eat
granules.
them and they die.
And then now we have to travel wherever we go with EpiPen. But by the way,
You're gonna forget, for sure.
Just take mine.
at
I
least
don't
my
need it. If I die, I deserve it. I don't even care anymore.
Well, they're all different apparently. Like that's what I said. Is like, don't they have one at the school, like a universal one? And they're like, no, it has to be exact to his body weight and only. Like, come on.
Well, there isn't a bunch of 40-pound kids at your school. Like, I mean,
It's
I
all-
don't get it.
Also, it's a prescription. You can't just give that to any kid.
It's all the same, like the epi.
give him mine.
You need the epi?
Yeah.
That's a give him the
Just
epi.
Expensive.
Look, you just stab him with mine, but do it quick. Don't give him all of it.
I mean, what is that? Like, I'm like, guys.
You think a public school is gonna give kids free medication?
You're right. They also told
you
me.
wanted to hear something sad? Back in the day at Presbyterian Day School in DeLand, Florida. I think it's still there. That's where I went. It was considered like a little private school, but my mom put me in there, and my mom was a lifelong educator. And back in the day, they did provide
Well, yeah, church will.
EpiPens for people. I remember Wes Marshall, one of my best friends, had a severe bee allergy, and they provided him with the stuff. And sure enough, he did get stung, and they had the EpiPen, and he lived.
I had to hit my inhaler before phys ed every day.
Autism.
They
You have asthma?
Yeah,
So
I did. I outgrew it.
See? There you go.
Okay.
in the
Tommy will grow up to be like Butler.
Oh, no.
the also like if you use the EpiPen, it says in the instructions you have to call 911
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, because
and I'm like, you have to.
Yeah,
God
yeah, but
damn
no,
it! I thought I had this.
No, it's temporary. Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
It's an en route scenario. It's
Yeah.
not a you
thought-
take it and go to bed.
well, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, this is the
That's
antidote.
called the Michael Jackson when you take it and go to bed.
I thought it was like every movie.
the way I wanna go.
It's the tiny glass ball with the cork on top is the antidote to poison, and you get it. You're thinking you're all
Oh,
good.
what, it's an orb?
no,
And you want like Merlin to then drip it into his throat?
I just thought it was the antidote to whatever the fuck he's got, and then if I use it, it's like, all right, now we just continue our day at wherever we're at, and then you have to get a new one. or
No,
whatever.
you got to go to the hospital.
I know, yeah, fucking pain
Or
in
the
ass.
doctor.
Yeah.
Or,
So then
I
I'm
think
like,
you got to go to the emergency room. At least that's what they told me. I have a sheet in my car. My EpiPen is here. I guess that doesn't make sense. Where you're what you're supposed to do if I have an allergic reaction. But mine's shrimp, so I'm not gonna fucking eat shrimp.
Right.
So it's not gonna happen.
do we need to know where that is? Because if
It's
you're
on the back of my desk. It's near. It's near
swollen,
the
like,
titty.
oh my god, he's dying.
It's near the squishy titty,
Okay.
and then the ashtray I have where the Mexican man with the sombrero has his cock out.
It was behind the filing cabinet for 2 years, like on the floor.
But like I said, I haven't had to use it. I
I'm
don't
the
eat
only
shrimp.
one certified to administer this thing to
You
you.
weren't
'cause
certified in nothing.
I watched a YouTube video and read a little bit of the pamphlet. So
Pamphlet?
Pamphlet.
I got you, bro. If you are dying, I can stab you. No problem.
All right.
There you go.
I
Don't
hope-
let Butler and Samantha do it. They haven't read it.
Okay, you know what? I trust you.
Yeah.
I trust you. You're my business partner.
Let's,
love you, man.
Let's do this shot.
Now
And,
I threw him off. All right.
We got Ross coming up after the break.
Let me give you your echo, sir. Who you are? A little reverb.
All right, cheers to all of our BDMs for providing more fun than a bottle of Extend. So pour yourself a pint or maybe some tooths, and with a little luck, you'll be knocking the boots. Rock and roll 90210.
Let's stop doing
It's the
that.
best one you've done.
Woo.
Let me tell you something about those pills. I researched it.
Extends?
Yeah, we were gonna. Well, no, not extends. The ones that make your loads bigger.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I got into a deep dive last night,
Those are
and
explodes.
Are we gonna get
there is
some of that in Spanish fly?
there is absolutely no scientific evidence that any pill on the market on Pornhub or any of that will ever increase the size of your load.
Oh, God.
Well, let's test it out.
You're supposed to increase.
I had a buddy say if you ate a bunch of celery, you get big loads.
You're supposed
Celery.
to. Celery's supposed to make it sweet. You're supposed to drink more water.
Yeah.
You're supposed to abstain from jacking off.
Oh,
Well, of course. Then you're backed up.
And the only true way is to abstain. That's the only way to make a big load. So I'm gonna go. As I'm lying, I'm dying.
Why do you want to do that?
It
I'm
might
gonna
be
go
too
a full
much.
year with no ejaculation.
No way.
And I'm going to kill my wife with one giant gallon blast. 2021.
It doesn't even take that long. 2 or 3 days.
No,
dude.
2021. I'm going to save it all
Well,
up.
the end of 2021.
Yeah, at the end for on New Year's night. It's not going to be a ball drop. It's going to be my wife puts her mouth on it and in kablooey.
Your body will just release at night, right? That's what
Yeah.
happens.
You think?
Yeah, no,
Well, that's why wet dreams
When's the
happening.
last time you guys have had a wet dream?
Probably like 2 years ago I had one.
Really?
Yeah, it was embarrassing as fuck. And I didn't say a word, but I just woke up and then I'm like, my boxers are glued to my pubes. Like, because it got all smeared
Not
in
that
there.
embarrassing, right?
It was gross, dude. It was like hot sticky.
Oh.
It
Oh, man.
Yeah, I felt like I had Krispy Kremes in my pants. Like,
damn.
it was a lot.
That was fresh.
Yeah, it was just like it
What
was
are you, a teenage
lot.
boy?
I know, what happened?
I told you I'm the horniest guy I know. It was everywhere. It was so much
Come
that
on.
it got into the creases of my legs.
No, that's
God.
Like,
pee-peed your
because,
pants.
Look, no,
Did
no.
you pee-pee?
It was not pee-pee. I'm laying like this, and then my cock is little because I'm laying in bed, and then it just came down the sides of my legs.
No, come on.
So it glued all my leg pubes to my. It basically
together.
glued my thighs together.
You
Yeah.
dreaded your leg hairs.
Don't talk
Oh,
about it.
man.
Don't talk about it. I'm the only person in the world that's brave enough to talk about it. No, this happens all the time, and guys go, oh, don't say it, don't say it. That fucking shit happens.
I don't think it happens to adults
yeah.
that much.
I think it's rare. Very rare.
If you have a dream that's sexually explicit,
Yeah.
I just wake up with a boner.
Yeah.
No, I was sleeping too well.
Oh, you're jerking it while you're sleeping.
No, I'm not that
It's
talented.
like teenage boys. Your libido is so high.
It
You're
is high.
running hot.
It's so high.
Oh, yeah.
There is nothing that I could be doing in here that if my wife asked me to eat her, that I wouldn't.
Come on.
Leave. I could be stabbing my daughter with an EpiPen and I'd just drop it and run for the puss.
What if she was taking a shit and she was like,
That I would draw the line.
Okay,
at that.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
you found
there it
one.
is.
You
There's the
found
line.
one.
We
Good,
found the line.
Good chopping.
hey, you know what?
So let's take a break.
Yeah.
Um,
I did some bad things. Some bad things. Plug something real fast while I get our music.
The True Leave promotion's still going on. If you buy anything from True Leave, just submit it into the form. It's on the top of the BDM page or on the front of TomandDan.com, and we will mail you a True Leave gift bag.
Indeed.
Filled with a bunch of stuff, and all for free. Just prove to us that you went to True Leave and got something. Get your edible recommendation. And they got some good gummies there.
They really
Chocolates.
do.
They
like the
sell out
gummies.
fast. So
Those
you,
pineapple gummies, though.
I got the green apple. They're
man,
delicious.
I
Oh, yeah.
gotta tell, the pineapple ones. They
I want
are
the chocolate, though.
tasty. Well,
It's always sold out at my store.
I have heard tell, and this is like, yes, they're full transparency. Yes, they are a client, but if I didn't like something that they had, I wouldn't talk about it. That's just how it works, right?
Oh, yeah.
Their chocolate, I had a bite from somebody I know. It sells out super fast.
Yeah, it
Supposedly,
does.
it's amazing. I tasted it's good, really, really good. But I like the pineapple gummies. The taste is phenomenal.
Yeah, the
Really,
perfect
really
amount, 5 milligrams, and
They got
it's
some
good.
new stuff for anxiety lately. I've been like talking to some people there and trying to dial in some strands that really help me out. So
The 10 milligram True Leave capsules. I shouldn't talk about it because they constantly sell
out.
out fast, and
Always
then
out.
I
That's the thing is like you want to talk about what you like, but then you don't want to talk about it because you don't want it
which
to be gone.
ones? The sativas? They're good.
Yeah, those sativa.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're very good.
For whatever reason, they hit me way harder than other
Hey,
whatever
those
Those are
strands.
zingers right there.
I finally figured out. Well, I'll end with this, guys. I know we're up against a break. I finally figured out something that works wonderful for me because you had told me I need a little bit of fat, right?
Yeah.
Cup of coffee, little scoop of sugar, and then I use real cream. Fat, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's got close to 6 grams of fat in it. It's just a little bit of cream, but it makes my coffee taste really creamy, yummy. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Take the pill
The
with
caffeine.
the cream, activate,
Oh, yeah.
eat my breakfast. Next thing I know, I'm out on my balcony. I'm flying. I'm flying over the earth.
Oh.
I'm like Jim Carrey in that crazy banana scary Nightmare Before Christmas or whatever.
No, it's what is it? A Christmas,
Christmas Carol. That is.
That thing is
Okay,
terrifying.
terrifying.
Nobody told me that movie was fucking scary.
I think I thought I told you it was terrible.
Let me ask you. Speaking
Well,
of
terrifying.
flying, you just reminded
You want
me
to
of something.
come back and do this before?
Yeah.
Write it down so you don't forget.
Yeah.
We should be calling Ross right now. He's
Okay,
waiting for
I
a
know,
call.
I know.
So I'll talk about flying and then how I had to tell Tommy. I don't know what to tell him because his wish is to fly. So I'll tell you guys later.
He's a lovely boy.
He's like,
isn't he?
he's like, I'll use Santa's magic. All that. I'm like,
Oh, leave
Okay,
him
we'll
alone.
talk about it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I got a flying
Okay.
story too.
This particular band is called Analog Party. They are brand new. You're going to hear this band and you're going to go like, wow, these guys really like the Deftones because they kind of sound like the Deftones. And they make no bones about the fact that they are bringing you a sound that is going to be something that you would have listened to late 90s, early 2000s. And they literally tell you that. It's 2 guys. They're from LA. I think you're really going to like this because I do. So enjoy Analog Party and we'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. It's like,
we're back.
yeah, hey.
Hey, what's up, Tom and Dan? It's me.
What's that guy's name that always calls with the crickets in the background?
Zach.
No, it's actually.
How dare you forget Zach
I'm
from Ohio?
sorry. Hey, welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha and Butler are here, and guess who else is here? Mr. Ross McCoy on the line. And let me get his theme. And action.
Ross's piece of shit news.
Ross's news today brought to you by Fairvilla Megastore.
Why wouldn't it be? I love that place.
And I believe they still have the Tom and Dan candy dick dispensers.
Yeah.
Dog bones.
Yeah,
we
dog
call them
bone
dog bones. I
dispensers.
told my sons they're
They're
dog
candy
bones.
dicks.
Yeah.
but we call them dog bones. Maisie loves them. And,
Free with a purchase.
No, you shut the fuck up.
Multiple locations. Go to Fairvilla.com. They got the Fairvilla Megastore over there in OBT. They got a location over on the coast on Secrets Hideaway in Kissimmee. I Drive down in Key West.
If you've got holes, they've got poles. It's Fairvilla Megastore.
Yeah, Fairvilla will hook you up. And check out their virtual Fairvilla College that they do. They're constantly doing courses and stuff. That are
Fairvilla
cool.
U. It's cool. Yeah, you can. It's actually easier than ever to get instruction on maybe topics that you're a little bit. You might be a little embarrassed about it, but you're interested in it, and
You
it's
do it anonymous.
Yep, completely anonymously. What's up, Ross?
They do an anal course.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, Tom's.
Safe anal.
I've been trying to get Tom to take it.
I feel like what could they teach me that I wouldn't know? Like,
Well,
Or
you
just
know,
the-
you got to be safe.
How
You
to
don't
eat
want
ass.
to cause any damage back
Yeah.
there.
When to take your mask off?
Poppers.
Flare-based only. No narrow-based objects.
Okay, yeah, it gets more I thought it was just like where to put it. Like, I know.
Wow.
Step one.
That's I got 50-50 chance of getting it right. I guess maybe 1/3. So how you doing, Ross?
I don't know what's happening, Ross.
Tom, did we just learn that you think dog bones are candy?
Well, I don't know what we've learned.
Yeah, I mean, he's been eating a whole box of milk bones since the show started.
So Ross, you are a good dad. You can give me some advice. I need some father advice.
Is it the foreskin again?
No,
Oh,
it's different.
it's even worse.
Oh, that
Yeah.
got worse, by the way, Ross.
Oh, you're not going to believe this, but it's five
creams.
skin.
There's all types of things I didn't even see coming.
Oh, this guy's got the creams and the five skins and the ants.
Some
He's got ants.
God. So, Ross, I was driving my sons to school this morning, and Tommy...
And they pulled their foreskins out.
Tommy said, he's like, Dad, why don't my wishes come true?
Oh my God, that is the saddest question I've ever
We
heard.
can end the show there. This is awesome.
It is kind of sad.
That's the funniest thing I've ever
Holy shit.
Look at Ross.
He's processing this right now.
This is my mornings, by the way. This is what happens in the morning. So I'm like, what do you mean, Tommy? He's like, when you guys say when we're at a wishing pond or whatever, like when you throw in a penny or whatever.
Hold on a second.
Huh?
I gotta stop you, man.
Wishing pond.
You go with your sons to a goddamn fucking wishing
Well,
pond.
like Kobe's or
Dude,
something.
just stop. You are making them so soft. And normally
throwing
I would
coins
never
in the
say
koi
this,
pond.
but just stop.
No, but
Just stop with the wishing pond.
if they're ever near a wishing pond where like they want to throw in a penny and we're like, make a wish. You know,
Yeah,
do
how
that
about no? Just go to the car and let's go home. Let's just go home.
So anyway, I'm like, what? And he's like, well, when I make a wish, the wishing pond, it never comes true. And so why doesn't it come true? And then I'm like, well, what do you wish for? And he's like, I wish I could fly. And then I'm like, so then I'm like, oh shit. So then I'm like, well, you know.
Technically, you've been in a plane,
What,
Tommy.
yeah. And then I start, semantics.
No, you guys are
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
up wishes. The best way to not fuck up wishes is to pretend like they're not real.
Well,
They're not real.
Thank you.
You don't have to pretend.
I'm walking a tightrope of magic here because I can't, like.
You hate magic.
Yeah.
We're
I
like.
know.
No, every day he starts by telling the boys every morning, he's like, and what do I say? Magic is real.
Well, I started because they're afraid. Sometimes they're afraid of monsters and zombies, and we're like, well, they're not real. Don't worry. And then, but
Santa's real.
But Santa's
Yeah,
magic,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
so it's a
Oh,
constant
you're
battle.
picking and choosing. You're
Yep.
doing what you hate people that like the Bible do.
Yep.
So-
You're picking and choosing.
So then I started explaining to Tommy. I'm like, well, you could grow up one day like TT Alex. That's his aunt, my sister-in-law.
TT
like,
Alex.
She, that's what they call
Oh,
their
TT,
aunt.
like, I gotcha.
aunt. Yeah,
Gotcha,
it's
gotcha.
Spanish, like
Yeah,
TT.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, they're like, TT Alex, like, she's learning how to
Cultural
fly. No, this is
She's
not
as
appropriate.
white as the
I know.
pure-driven
She is,
snow.
too.
I mean, she
Beautiful,
is as Nordic.
blonde.
Beautiful
I-
blonde Nordic woman.
I was born and raised in Miami. I could literally say anything
That's
about
not how
Cubans.
that
That's how it works. I signed the contract.
What contract?
You don't know about it. You weren't born in Miami.
That's true.
So I'm like, well, you can learn how to fly like TT Alex, and then you can
Yeah.
fly. And he's like, nah, I just want to fly. Like, if he's lazy, like
the plane just gets in the way.
So then I'm like, well, Max, what do you wish for? And Max like, I want a Flash costume. And I'm
Nice.
like, Flash. I'm like, what are you,
He's
Burt Reynolds? Why do you like Flash?
No, Flash is-
old ass character.
he's the worst one.
Yeah. I'm like, stinky ass. Well, and then I'm like, well, I can get you a Burt
Reynolds costume. All right, pause.
Yes.
I can get you a
Pause.
Flash.
Everyone freeze, including Ross. Sorry, Ross. I know you don't work here anymore, but I'm just saying, freeze. We have to buy Max a tiny Burt Reynolds costume. I'm doing that.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, so Max's wish is easily accomplished. I can get him a Flash costume, but Tommy wants to fly. So this is my question to you, Ross. What do I do? Because basically I hemmed and hawed until we got to school and they got out, and I hope they forget about it. Because I don't know
Kids don't forget about stuff.
why to tell him that he wishes to fly and it never happens.
Yeah, what do
he
you
can never
say
fly.
to that?
I mean, well, like I would have thought that the Tom Van method would have been just like straight cold truth right in the kid's face unblinkingly, but apparently like Santa's real now.
He got soft. He got
Yeah,
soft.
yeah.
Ross.
No,
Yeah.
he did what he hates. I told you.
Yeah.
He hates it when people do that with the Bible, but he's doing it himself with just random folklore.
Yeah.
So
It's soft and easy.
So the answer is like you're a grown ass adult. Counter their bullshit with some better bullshit. Like
Yeah.
Tommy says he's at the wishing pond and he threw in a penny and he wants to fly. That's more than a penny wish, son. I am so sorry. Like,
Yeah.
like that.
Ross, that's fucking awesome,
Yeah,
dude.
but then I'm giving him like $100 from
No!
home.
Now he's got to save up
I
his
gotta
pennies.
save up
Yeah.
to do it,
I'm
and
gonna
then he
put this
throws
on-
it in, and then you scoop it all up and put it back in your pocket.
Well,
You gotta
but-
tell him some shit like a penny. That might get you like a Werther's original. You can wish for like a candy on a penny, but you got to up the ante if you want to fly without visible means of propulsion.
also, Travis brought something up that I'm now afraid of because Travis, when
Monsters.
I briefly talked about this a little bit before the show started, and then Travis was like, I wanted to fly when I was a kid. I jumped off my roof, and then you hear those stories about
Bubba Whoop-Ass Wilson did that.
Oh yeah. This is scary now.
As his character Starbuck, that's extreme mental illness and actually addiction.
I think is
horrible.
Is this a chopper trait that thinking you could fly, jumping off your roof? Because
That's a kid thing.
it's a kid
not
thing,
all
but
kids do that.
I was here. You know what? The greatest thing I've ever accomplished is that I was smart enough to know I couldn't fly.
Yeah, now I'm worried. I'm like,
yeah.
why?
He's wishing for it. He knows he can't. He's throwing pennies in the
Right.
pond, trying to get it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do the old never talk about it again. I'm gonna stick with that and bribery. That's all I got.
Yeah,
as a parent.
candy and just shut up.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
Ross.
first
You know what
story.
you do, when he makes his Christmas list this year, make it Christmas wishes, and then give him a bunch of that shit, and then say, "Look, wishes do come true sometimes. Maybe it's the fucking pond that's
Dude.
broken."
Ah.
Yeah, he's giving you great
Yeah.
outs. I mean, this guy, like, Ross is literally poker playing and showing you how to win the hand.
Yeah, but Tommy's gonna start wishing for shit. Like, I wish I could fly. I wish I didn't have an ant allergy. So I'm like, God damn, I can't do anything.
No, but like he said, some of them happen, some of them
Right.
don't.
What if he wishes for all that can't
He
happen?
can't. You have to put a limit on it, dude. You're giving two. Why do you let him run your life?
Thank you,
Fucking
amen.
lawyer? It's like you're on his side.
Be like, you can you can wish for everything as long as one I could buy on Amazon. That's the rules. All right, Ross, what do we got?
One achievable.
Hey, you know what else works is fake Google. Tell him you looked it up on Google and fucking wishing ponds don't work. That's bullshit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I would eliminate the wishing pond thing. I'm with Ross on this one. Just kill wishing pond. Say, hey, I was looking at the reviews on wishing ponds. 1 star. Never do again.
Yeah. They are stupid. I hate wishing ponds.
Now we're back to what I said.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the good one. First story.
Now I got news, or I got a story for you guys. You want a story?
All right, let's do a story.
Yeah, it's not like good enough for stand up, but you guys put so much stuff out there. It'll do it for you guys.
Yeah.
So So, well, when the lockdown started, me and my wife both took some fitness initiatives, and mine was I got a pair of roller skates.
I remember that.
I went back to quads. I got myself a nice pair of quads, and they kind of sat there for a while. But in the last month or two, I've been breaking out the quads, and I've been skating. And lately, my new thing has been I take the dog out for a skate. And
are you skating around your neighborhood?
Yeah, so the thing about my street is it was put down in the 50s maybe, and it's a beautiful little piece of Florida. It's like asphalt mixed with crushed shell. It's beautiful. Right. It's like a super cool little street. Fucking abysmal to skate on. It's horrible to skate on.
It's all coquina shells.
It looks great.
The asphalt is coming off big chunks a marble size everywhere.
Maisie got a piece of asphalt stuck under her finger like a splinter. And I had to pull it out with tweezers. Asphalt is not to be fucked with.
You live on an old Florida road where you can't even tell where the road ends and the people's grass begins. It's just all infused together.
Yeah, I like that.
It's not. There's no.
It's like video game boundaries. It's like it just mushes into the next thing.
We got a guy up the street that has an edger and edges our whole street once a week. Otherwise, we would have that going on. It is that street. And me and the dog, our thing is we go up the street, and you've been here, Ty. It's a dead end street, so there's only one way out. So we go up to the end where you get out, and then right across the street, they just knocked down an old dilapidated gas station and put in a dentist office.
Cool.
And the dentist put in a real nice parking lot. So that's where we go skate and walk around, right? And so this was last Saturday. We'd been at trivia.
Yeah.
Our Bart Merrick realtor sponsored team won trivia that night. I was maybe a couple champagnes deep. Put skates on, get the dog harnessed up, and we start rolling down the street. And we get right when we get to the end of the street. Like I said, dead end. So we come to the T-bone. Right as we're about to get to the T-bone, a cat rounds the corner at full speed, just out of nowhere, a cat. And so the dog sees the cat sees the dog. They both freeze, right? I'm standing on 8 wheels, so I kind of coast a little bit, to where I'm the dog had been ahead of me like a dog does, and so I'm kind of even to passing the dog now. And I thought it all through, and I knew what was going to happen. And my first instinct was drop the leash. That's the smart move. And then the champagne took over, and I was like, no. All I got to do is turn. The cat's gonna run. Shadow's gonna chase the cat, and it'll be a ride. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be propel.
Oh yeah, do the old. It's literally pulling you
I believe it's technically called the off we go.
Literally like a dog sled.
Yeah,
which is kind of what I've been trying to get Shadow to do, but she's lazy. She runs with me. She'll pull me a little bit, but the minute I start coasting, she can feel it and she's over it. She's like, pull your own weight, fatty. So that's never happened.
Yeah.
I was about to say it's not 8 reindeer pulling it. It's one. Oh yeah.
So it's one dog.
Yeah. There's a lot of comedian to pull there.
So I did the math wrong on that, and what actually happened was Shadow. Like I said, I kind of coasted past her. She ducked behind me to run around the front of me to the cat, and it did that move where it basically wrapped my arm and the leash around my own legs.
Oh, no.
And then when she took off for the cat, it clotheslined me right at the fucking knees and took me down.
You didn't get hurt, did you? Do you wear pads?
I go fully fucking padded. I got wrist, I got knee, I got elbow. I do not have upper, back, and neck pad, sadly. And that's
I wish I could get my daughter to wear full pads, because skating is actually quite enjoyable if you fall, you don't get skinned up. It's not that bad just to fall over.
It's not my first tumble, Reese. I've fallen and it's been fine with the pads, but this hit an unpadded area.
Also, it helps if when you're a kid and you weigh 50 to 80 pounds, you're not coming down with that much force.
Well, you also land
grown adult.
You land with what I feel like is less. You're not as scared. When I fall as an adult, when I fell off the electric skateboard, the one that makes me angry at my wife and daughter, I fell really hard because when I knew I was in the air, I was terrified. Because I hit so hard, but when kids land, they just kind of land, they're kind of bouncy.
They also react as they fall, they absorb the fall. It's like once you get too old, once you start falling, you just give up. You're like, I hope I don't die.
Just count me.
You're like, this is going to break my hip.
I remember as a kid constantly falling on my knees, skinning my knees, getting up and being like, okay, and just rolling, no big deal.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Imagine if you just went from a standing position and you just fell onto your knees. You know how much that would hurt?
Oh, I've done that before as a kid. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
As an adult, I would have to take time off from work.
Well, you did that move where you ran and slid on your knees.
Yeah.
And there was it's.
Andrea did that at the Polish Club in DeLand, Florida, when her Bob Shett and Jeju were president and first lady of the DeLand Polish American Club. And she had on a tracksuit, and she did it on their fellowship hall floor, and then she burned holes in her nylon tracksuit that melted the nylon to her knees.
Last week? I hope this happened.
It was last week, yeah. It was actually, we're getting a divorce.
Ross.
So I get up out of the street, right? And I don't know, last Saturday was a little bit chilly, and I did the old man. Did I break anything? Do I need to just call 911 right fucking here? Limped home on the skates, got the skates off, and I go to climb into bed, and so I just hurt my back muscles really bad. It was kind of chilly, so they were also contracting, and that was kind of making me go like cold. I was kind of cold and hurt at the same time. So I was like, that thing you do, you might not know it, Tom. When you're cold, sometimes you go like you get you get contractions from it.
Yeah.
So I tried crawling into bed like that, and my wife, I think, thought I was about to die of alcohol poisoning.
This is happening. Get him a Bud Light. The hospital does it.
They do.
So what's the first story, Ross?
Right. Let's go to India. Do you guys remember Baby Jessica?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on, remind me who that is.
Superstar.
Oh my god.
That was our intern.
Baby Jessica, late 80s, maybe early 80s even. This little girl fell down a well. And it was like viral news, before computers.
It was 24 hours a day on CNN.
What's going on with Baby Jessica? Turns out nothing. She's at the bottom of a fucking well. Yeah. And it was just like that for a week until they got her out.
I do remember the well baby when I was a kid, and it being on the news. And it was back when you thought things were going to end up okay, because I remember even as a kid, I was like, they'll get her out. Now I wouldn't think that would be like, this is going to end the worst way possible.
I'm a sucker for a good trapped in something story. Chilean miners, Baby Jessica. Put something.
I remember the Boy Scout troop in the cave.
Yeah, those guys. But you put somebody where they shouldn't be, and they could die, and I'm watching. I love it.
And then a rescue attempt.
Oh yeah, I love it.
It turns out most Boy Scout troops were in danger at most times, it seems.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Help, I'm trapped under this man.
No.
They're like,
if only Elon Musk could make a submarine, he could fit me in and fire me out of here.
Oh no.
So, you know what was different about Baby Jessica too, Tom, is that you were just watching it at home unconcerned. She was in actual real danger, but the media kind of downplayed it at the time because it would be like a super bummer if this baby died on live TV. But now, if a baby was kind of trapped, they'd play up all the ways that this baby could possibly die if it doesn't happen right. Like you were saying with those kids trapped in the they were like, here's how they'll drown if it happens.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
And if she wanted to save herself, she would have needed to wish in a wishing fountain and wish to fly out of the well.
You're right. It's over drama.
Yeah, it would have been
nowadays,
something like that, right? Everything. That's why I'm just kind of done with stuff. I'm just kind of done with it. I'll read some British news here, and I'll go to AP, Reuters, read a little bit, and then I'll just peace out.
India, more than 50 responders from Forest Department, Fire Rescue Service, police. They trapped in a well, rescued a 55-foot deep well. They rescued an elephant, you guys.
What?
Wow.
Why is my... I'm sorry. That's mean, but I'm just saying... it's big, and it's gonna take a lot of resources to get it out. So I would do the math, and I would say, well, is it a special elephant? And they're like, no, it's just an elephant. And I'm like, well, okay. How much money will it cost to get it out? And once we get it out, what do you think
it's worth
it will do, or what? And then right?
Yeah. Just fill it in.
Stone cold counterpoint, Dan. How comfortable are you going to be drinking water out of this well with the fucking elephant decaying in it?
Yeah, if that is my well, then we got to get him out.
I feel,
fair enough.
I feel the same way when I see a firefighter cutting out some sort of pipe because there's a bunch of baby ducks inside.
Yeah,
I
do too.
You're cutting the city's sewer lines for a baby duck.
The pipe is worth more than the duck.
Like how many? You're with a saw. There's 14 people sitting around. You're cutting for a baby duck.
Now with that, if they were
just fill it in,
like with
or
that,
blow them out or something. I mean, what are we doing here?
I mean, if they were gonna run I-4 right through our studio, and they were like, "We have to kill you guys to do that," it's like it's necessary for the nation. I would be mad, but I would accept my fate. I would accept my fate.
Also, I know firefighters. They don't give two shits about baby ducks. They're fucking real men.
I'm virtually
They're doing it because the news is filming them.
Okay, here's a hot take, and I vowed to not do these on Fridays, but most of my firefighter buddies have a video of them crushing a baby duck on their phone. I'm virtually certain they have.
Oh my
that.
god!
Yeah. I'm looking at you, Freddie.
I'm kidding. I just feel like some baby ducks.
He's a sweet, handsome man.
Like if any of these baby ducks got stuck in the firefighter shotgun, they'd be like bullet drinking. They're fucking up my shotgun. Like they're not cutting out. They got the big old fucking saw. Anyway. Sorry, Ross.
Entry Crew 10 downtown is the baby duck crushers.
So, like you're using the big ass jaws of life. You're ruining this Orange County sewer system.
Yeah.
So they got the elephant out, huh?
This thing, it was stuck. The villagers were feeding it leaves. They were just dropping it leaves to feed it while it was stuck down there. And they brought, like I said, more than 50 people. Vet tranquilized it. They got a hoist around it, and they hoisted it out.
And now, like, okay, this is what I want to happen. I want them to hoist it out.
Yeah.
And then they set it down, and everybody cheers, and then it collapses and dies.
Look, I gave it too much.
It's my favorite. My favorite thing, like that video of them. There's a legendary one about the bird that was nursed back to like rehabilitation. They saved it. They fixed its wings, and then they release it, and it flies out, and then like a hawk swoops down and literally sinks its talons into his jugular, and it's blood crazy.
There's another one where they
a seal
rehabilitate, I think, a hawk, and when they let it loose, it gets hit by a semi.
I've seen that.
It's terrible.
No, we've done that one on A Mediocre Time. Yeah.
But by the way,
it flies into a semi. I remember that.
In all movies and then rescue scenarios, they always have to lower down someone who's either going to inject the tranquilizer or wrap the hoist around the victim or whatever, but it's always the guy, and that guy's got balls, by the way, because they're lowering him down with some sort of harness, and it's just they're lowered. They're like, here's the needle, like it could go fucking crazy. like we don't know.
Just so you know, Steven, this seal could bite your tits off.
So you got a headlamp on it, and you're getting lowered down into a goddamn well, and there's a mad, terrified elephant down there.
I feel like you do, because you're like, I don't give a fuck. Lower me down.
No,
some of that grapefruit White Claw. Oh yeah.
No. I'm not volunteering. I'm filling in. I'm like, I'm with you. What is this elephant gonna do? What are we doing here?
Drop a grenade.
You guys will learn. You guys will learn when you take that Fairvilla anal class. Anything that you get in there, you can get out.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
What else we got, Ross?
All right. Hopefully, you guys haven't talked about this yet because it seems like the perfect subject for you guys. Last night, the news broke that the Vatican is investigating why the Pope's official Instagram account liked a photo of Brazilian model Natalia Garibaldi.
Okay. We're going to look up what she looks like.
The picture was of her dressed in a school uniform outfit, according to the BBC.
Oh, is this a confused old man likes?
All right.
Oh, that's a
Look
picture.
at
Okay, no.
Holy
God.
fucking shit. Ross, I apologize. I'm going to turn your camera off for just a second so I can show the people on Twitch who
Can
we're
we show
talking
that? Can we show that?
Yeah, it's just ass.
I don't know. Juan, can I
Juan,
show
quickly
that?
tell us if we can
yeah,
show
Juan,
this
can
ass.
I show
Three,
this?
two,
Oh my,
one,
Ross,
no.
Jesus Christ,
It's a
this ass
basketball.
is glorious. Jesus Christ.
When you first told me this, I hadn't seen the
He
photo.
said it's fine.
I
All right.
thought that it was just a the Catholic schoolgirl sexy outfit. And
It
then
is news. This is news. This is from...
And it was on Instagram. So.
Yeah. I thought that he got confused and thought it was like a real Catholic school, but this is full
What if
on
he was
ass.
scroll? Well, he's got to be following her to see it, though, right?
I mean, doesn't that make you like the Pope more that you know he's normal?
this Pope is a bit cooler, right?
No, but it makes me...
He's not in control of
No,
his
but
own
it makes
Instagram.
me think it's normal. If the Pope was like I like a big ass, I'd be
Right.
like, okay, well, like how, you got to stop your pedophile cult. You gotta,
Right.
you gotta
Well, he can't do it.
something.
I mean, there's a certain set of rules. You can't just, they're already mad enough that he said gay marriage is
Oh,
fine.
true.
yeah. Oh, they made him.
You can't be liking big Brazilian asses. Like
Do you
it was
do you ever go to Twitter and watch,
This is
watch
exactly-
what people say when the Pope does something liberal? Oh, it's
Yeah.
really
This is
cool.
what the ultra religious say the slippery slope is. Like the first,
Oh, you
first
got to
thing-
pull that down, Dan.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
they're like first thing he's gonna say gay marriage is fine. Then he's gonna be liking big Brazilian ass. Like this is the slippery slope they talk about.
God.
Look, that is a creation of God.
Also, he doesn't run his own Instagram, right? He's got there's people
No.
that do that.
He-
for
he's
him.
got a
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah.
He's got a guy.
So the guy fucked up and accidentally liked this. How does that?
That's a good bud though.
Yeah.
That lady's hot.
How
I'm in.
are we so?
I'm Catholic suddenly. It's
Okay.
weird.
This is okay. So in one aspect, like there's so many, like especially with important shit like nuclear weapons and other things that we have certain redundancy plans
The
to
codes.
make codes to make it like two people have to turn at the same time and another person has like there's all
Checks and balances.
checks and balances with everything, but except for social media, where we allow all our world leaders to just say whatever the fuck they want, and like even the Pope, I'm sure, is pissed off that whoever's in charge of his social media account either did this by accident or some shit happened. Right? How are we able to still make mistakes?
No, but Christine in
People
her
are
Twitch
human.
chat room, I think, nailed it.
No.
She says, I've accidentally reacted to an Instagram
Yeah.
story just because my thumbs are at the bottom of the
Yeah.
screen. It happened to me
Yeah, it's
on
happening.
the BDM poker tournament last night. I was playing the poker tournament. I knew I was getting, the blinds were moving up and they were getting, it was like 100, 150 big blind, small blind was 100. And I knew that like I was going to get blinded out because I didn't have a lot of coin. I think I had like 3,200 or something like that.
Yeah.
Then some guy went like, he raised at 1,600 and not knowing what I was hitting.
You thought it just said check, and it
I
was
thought
check
it just
raise.
said
or-
check. It was check raise 1,600. So I would have been in longer. My goal was to try and play with Tom, which I never did. He won, by the way, motherfucker.
But wouldn't that Instagram post have been aggregated to like a normal viewing? Like that just doesn't pop up for the
That's what I'm
Vatican
saying.
for the
He must have
Pope.
been
So yeah, he
following
must have been
her.
following or seeing like
Or somebody
posts just like
searched
that.
it.
Yeah, or search that. So like,
What if they put his name in it? It would pop
Like
up,
tagged
right?
him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it would pop up. It pops up, and then he touches
That'd
it,
be
and then it gives it a
bold as
like.
fuck. To tag the Pope?
No, I tag people and shit all the time. You know,
Yeah.
you do. Let's say we do a show, and then I tag.
Oh yeah, well this guy's a super famous person.
Yeah, this guy's like literally.
But
more
if you're verified, does that happen like that?
Ross, how do you think it happened?
We've done a little research here over at Mediocre News, and we think the most likely scenario is that Instagram has a search feature, and it learns a lot about you real quick. If you learn it, if you look at like one yoga model doing a split, it will suddenly send you hundreds, if not thousands, of them. So like. Yeah, it says here, Pope's account's managed by a team of employees. Somebody was just scrolling through.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's
I've double-clicked instead of scrolling by.
Or they did that move, which I've done before, where this is what's the problem with pop-ups and social media is that you used to be able to Instagram like double click and it would zoom in
No, you got to
No, you got to pinch. And
Yeah, well, that's where I get confused. Because I'm trying to look at
iPads.
I'm trying to look at fart gas mask at goddamn Blue Springs.
you don't need to zoom in on that. That thing's big.
You can zoom in if you want to see lipids.
And then I like the photo of her. I'm like, shit.
Well, why wouldn't you like it?
But he doesn't want his son seeing that.
Well, I just
She's got a pumpkin stem in her asshole.
I look
Not
like
on
a pervert.
Instagram.
Other people
You are a pervert, though.
are looking at
Ross.
it like, why does this guy like
Ross,
the ass?
fart gas mask put a pumpkin stem with a condom on it in her asshole.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it. It's our OnlyFans. That's a
You got to pay for that.
You can subscribe. No, she gave me a couple freebies.
But
She's a friend.
No, it's
If
what
you're
you
gonna fuck a pumpkin,
She
at
has
least
great
be
tits.
safe.
Great tits and a great ass.
What I'm saying is,
Beautiful.
with ultra important people's social media pages, why don't they have some sort of redundancy where
Like a safeguard.
The people that do this for them or whatever? Because I'm sure if I'm the Pope, we're like, why the fuck do you do that? You idiot! Like, just make a program where everything has to be verified before it goes out or something. There has to be like
this is my idea for sports. This was my company idea for a Twitter, like a third-party Twitter account verification company that your tweets go to this bank of people that make better decisions than you do, and they adjust your tweets to make sure you don't say anything bad.
Or they just don't let you
be a lock mode.
Lock
mode, and you can't like or favorite anything. You just scroll through.
I just feel like it's too willy-nilly. You get the fucking all the leaders of all countries, the goddamn Pope. Everybody's got social media, and it's easy to make mistakes. Like,
You know what I think is weird? Just purely weird. Just like I'm not taking a side. I'm not getting into politics at all. It's weird to have a way that you can communicate with people where the head of the Taliban can jump on and say, I am going to blow your brains out and destroy your country, and you will rot in hell. And then I'm just sitting there at fucking Applebee's reading the fucking head of the Taliban while I'm getting a gummy bear margarita. But also, he's telling me that he's gonna that's weird, right?
There's a lot of
fucking weird
issues going on right now with TikTok because the cartel is on TikTok.
Yeah,
and
I'm
they're
on TikTok
showing
now.
killing people on TikTok.
It's the only thing
people
I
have been
subscribe
reporting
to.
it, and literally they will get a message back from TikTok saying it does not go against their standards.
Do you know how hard it is to kill somebody while you're doing that dance? You're like, here is the something stab, something stab, something burned alive.
Ross, what else?
The guy in the tutorial wouldn't stop crying. Sorry.
What else you got, man?
Oh yeah, I just got word the pumpkin in the ass is part of advanced anal at Fairville. You gotta take the
Put a condom on.
Put a condom on.
That's the most disturbing part of all of it.
No, you don't want to get any goard particles in
I
your
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. If you're gonna stem it, you gotta put a condom on.
If you're gonna stem it, you gotta
rim it.
Rim it? I was gonna say rim it,
Wrap
but I don't.
it?
Yeah, wrap it. Yeah.
All right.
All right, Tom. It's that time of year again. We got the National Toy Hall of Fame inductees.
Yes, I love these,
man.
Ross. Yeah.
So what do we got?
You do remember that you always hate these. Okay, I thought I might have to remind you.
I mean, I'm just not like a fan of toys.
Tom is gone
babies.
full
you have a
asshole
one-wheel.
curmudgeon dickhead.
One wheel. How dare you?
That's a toy.
That is not a toy. That is for transportation.
Yeah.
And under the letters of the law, technically, I could claim it's for
ADA compliant.
it assists me in transportation. Therefore, I can ride it on
One
bike
of our
paths.
listeners said that one of our listeners
They
called
can't say anything.
One listener in the Twitch chat room said that you are R-word Gizmo Duck.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was very, very, very mean. Very mean.
So
Blatherskite. All right, the toys are Baby Nancy.
What's that?
You're probably not familiar with. It was the #1 selling black doll in Los Angeles, 1968, and the next year made history with the first doll with an afro hairstyle. It's like a little black baby doll, basically.
Oh, cool.
No, all right.
Cute.
So it's like the first one that's universally popular or
Kind
whatever.
of broke a door down, I would imagine.
Also making the cut, Jenga.
Yeah.
Little rectangles of wood that you stack. Jenga.
You know, I like Jenga, but I another hot take on a Friday. Apologize for two. I do not like jumbo bar-sized Jenga. I don't like it. And here's why I hate it. Because undoubtedly, I'm playing it, and I'm out for a fun time without my kids, but my Jenga is going to fall on your kid. And then you're going to get mad at me. It's happened 3 times to me. I've had my Jenga fall on somebody's infant. I'm not doing it anymore.
Why is the infant so cool?
Because people
don't watch their kids.
Yeah, people just come out and they just let their kids go crazy. I have kids, so I'm allowed to complain. I'm just saying, I ain't playing no more because your kids get in the way.
Your kids ruin Jenga for Dan.
Not Jenga. Jumbo Jenga.
Jumbo Jenga.
Bar Jenga is the #2 cause of infant mortality in Florida.
Right behind drowning in pools.
What happened to just going to the bar and getting fucked up? You sit in that, you sit quietly,
Best
and you
thing
get
you've
fucked
ever
up.
said.
And if a sport event is on or something else, you just look at the TV quiet.
Sam and I were walking to lunch yesterday, and it's quiet, and we're walking to Publix, and I say to her, I've gotten to the point in my life where I just like to sit in a chair and get fucked up.
Yeah, you did say that.
That's what old men like to do.
What
They don't play that goddamn giant Jenga shit. What the hell, a baby? So I'll sit here and get fucked up and forget about my problems.
All right, well, then you're going to love the final toy, Tom. Simplicity itself. Inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame 2020, Sidewalk Chalk.
That's not a toy.
Man, he just took in a big anger deep breath.
That's not
and
a toy.
he took in all the good shit, and he's blowing out all the bullshit.
That is a writing utensil.
Yeah,
my daughter. I got to tell you though, if you wanna get my daughter to leave me alone for maybe 20 minutes, Sidewalk Chalk is the #1 go-to. I've given it to your sons and all the friends. Remember, we did the parade 2 years ago when shit was normal, and I handed out Sidewalk Chalk, and we could drink. It was a fucking antidote.
Now, I was surprised that you and Andrea were okay with Sidewalk Chalk because I did equate it to letting my kids run around in people's grass, the front yards, and do snow.
How is that the same?
Because
private property versus public property.
Just drawing all over the street, and then you leave it, and it's like, oh yeah, the rain will eventually wash it off, but it'll be there for days. Like, my kids drew all over our driveway.
They did. It was weird having to wash off all their Proud Boy,
oh my god,
all the slogans. It was like, stand by, stand
more proud. Red and blue in that flag. So
it's interesting.
It stays for a long time. I'm surprised that you could just are cool with drawing all over the public streets.
There are good kids and bad kids. While your sons were doing their Proud Boy installation, Maisie's George Floyd tribute piece on the wall was lovely.
So now, does someone get a actual a credit for Sidewalk Chalk or the invention of that, or
the inventor of chalk?
Right.
But does it just become all right, Sidewalk Chalk by a particular company who started it?
Is Sidewalk Chalk different than chalk?
No, it's just colored.
You can't say that anymore.
How dare you? You're fired.
You're racist. We fire racists. We fire racists around here. And, how dare you?
I would imagine it's Crayola.
Also, Jenga, there's a company, an actual company invented Jenga and has the rights to it.
Yeah.
And only...
Who invented Jenga?
John Jenga.
You know what? You're fired now, too.
Yeah. You know what? It's only us now.
It's the way it's supposed
Leslie Scott.
We'll be rich for 2 weeks, then everything will fall apart.
Leslie Scott invented Jenga.
Yeah, the co-founder of Oxford Games.
Can you get us an interview with Leslie Scott? Michael Scott's wife?
Can you just sell blocks in a box and then people can buy it and do whatever they want?
Dr. Seuss has a patent on that.
No, but seriously, or will you get sued by the Jenga Corporation because they have a patent on this particular game?
No, they sell knockoffs in Marshalls
and
Ross's
true.
all the time.
So you could just sell the Jenga blocks as long as you don't
call it Jenga.
Yeah.
They call it
janky.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like buying generic Lego. It's like Bobo.
Bickman.
That kind of sucks for that company, though, right? Because it's easy to rip off. And then I think my sons have a generic Jenga. And
Castleberry Jenga.
It just came in a block.
You got to cut your own.
Oh, man.
It comes with a stump and a saw. And it's cut your own Jenga.
Oh, no.
That's a funny gag gift.
Open brand Jenga, and it didn't happen.
Also, you shouldn't be allowed to flick the pieces out. That's cheating.
Yeah, that is cheating.
Yeah, I don't let you do that.
No flickers.
Yeah, I don't.
Excuse me?
Oh, you're not. It's only Daniel.
It's just me.
Ross is hired now.
Hey guys, it's just me. And, just gotta sit here. Everybody else got fired for saying some racist. Oh, here comes Ross.
What else we got, Ross?
All right, listen to. Remember, Chalk won. This is who it beat, and I don't know who's doing this fucking voting. Yahtzee, Bingo, Briar. These are the losers this year. This was like who was nominated, did not win. Tamagotchi, Light Bright.
Oh, Tamagotchi should have won.
Light Bright?
Risk. And personally insulting to me, Masters of the Universe, knocked out by Chalk.
Wow.
No, I would say
this is ridiculous.
He-Man, just because of the amount of people I know now that still enjoy it. And then also, what was the other one you said? That it was something like huge.
Light Bright.
Light Bright's huge.
Yeah.
They got Bingo, Risk, Yahtzee.
Risk. No, Risk is a legendary game. The game is always different. I know Ross likes Risk because I like Risk. I played it with my dad. It's super crazy. It can be as complicated or as easy as you want.
4-hour fucking game.
Yeah, but again, playability.
Yeah.
It's different every time. It's super crazy. It's bullshit that Jenga wins over Risk. I'm sorry, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Most of the major fights in my family were not caused by sidewalk chalk.
Yeah.
The only thing you mentioned in that list that is stupid is the Tamagotchi.
How dare you, sir?
Tamagotchi.
I'll die on this hill.
That is stupid.
You better not say that to Cadillac Pat.
I remember in the 90s, it was just a stupid, because it didn't have, we didn't have the technology back then. You just pushed a button, it's hungry, push this button. It's stupid. We're learning how is it entertaining?
Today. We're learning a lot about your tolerance
Well,
level.
I'm saying Yahtzee, at least Risk. It's a game. It's just a stupid little toy.
You take care of it.
Yeah.
You push the button.
It's responsibility. Maybe you could learn a little bit.
Yeah.
But is that fun? Is it? No.
Well, when you do it well and your Tamagotchi grows.
Right.
It's Tamagotchis are stupid.
Okay. Put that on a shirt.
They're the worst toy out of that list. I will say
So how do you feel about nano babies?
I don't know what that is, but I'll put it in the same category, stupid.
What's a nano baby?
It was like the later version of a Tamagotchi.
Oh.
It was an actual little baby, and then they had the talking nano baby, which got stolen out of my backpack in 5th grade. I was very upset.
I'm getting you for Christmas
Very
a talking
upset.
nano baby.
No one wants it.
Hey.
I actually do.
I'll promise that. I was looking for a vintage Tamagotchi the other day, and they're fucking expensive.
Yeah, they are, man.
I got a guy that's got one that's still in the box, believe it or not.
Make sure the battery's on it.
Nice.
He took the battery out. It has no battery in it. That's how old it is.
Hold on. Are you guys saying that Tamagotchis are actually cool? They're not. They're horrible, right?
I'm Team Tom.
I love them.
I've never been anti-Tamagotchi because I always liked, I'm the type of guy that falls into liking a lot of that weird Japanese bullshit. Mm-hmm. I like that stuff.
Well, yeah, but you like the art of the toys and I can understand
and
that.
I like the little 8-bit, LCD. It'd be LCD styled Tamagotchi screen, and you touch it and you could see it. All the digital juice spilling around.
Digital juice. That's nothing. You push a button and
no. The screen.
I'll beep in another 10 minutes.
No,
Okay.
the screen was LCD. If you tapped it, you could see the black ink that was underneath there that had to be illuminated by, I guess, a current of some sort. I don't really know how it works.
Pressing on your
An old
T81.
calculator.
Yeah. It's I'm into it, but that's because I'm just a better human being than Tom.
What else we got?
The only baby I've ever wanted is a nano baby.
Oh my God! How about a Dano baby?
Weird.
That was
Now you're fired.
Yeah,
Rob is the only one left.
You're actually
now I got fired.
You're actually promoted.
What? Yes, I'm president.
What else we got?
Have you guys talked about Lil Wayne lately?
No.
Not since he got his photo made with our current sitting president, but that was weird.
Okay. He's been convicted of a felony in the past, right? Mm-hmm. He's a former felon.
Oh yeah.
So he's not allowed to own firearms. Sorry, my old iPad is taking a shit here. He was charged in Miami, Tom, in federal court last week. He got charged for possessing a firearm and ammunition by a felon. Apparently, he got onto a plane and they found a gun in his luggage. I'm only telling you this story because I wanted to read this sentence that his lawyer said. Carter, is charged with possessing a gold-plated handgun in his luggage on a private plane.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
That's I forgot it. Was there a scenario?
Well, it happened to your wife all the time in the moving business, right?
Yeah.
Like where people would pack things up that they shouldn't pack up and they get flagged, and the next thing you know, you get a incident.
Although you should be able to be allowed to fly with whatever you want in your own private plane.
In a private plane, I feel like if it's your plane and you're on it,
I guess
should be allowed to carry a gun.
You can still hijack, I guess,
Absolutely,
the whole, that's what they're worried about.
Well, some people do like ride shares. He could have like other people in that plane.
Yeah. Lil Wayne, why?
It was more about the previous felony. He couldn't have a gun
Right.
with his
Right.
Yeah. Again, though, why, Lil Wayne? Like, why are you making your life more complicated? Because at this point, with how rich Lil Wayne is, you got bodyguards.
What's he worth now?
They all got guns, and so it's just like. Now I understand it could be a mistake, like there's just someone in your entourage put a gun in your bag, and then therefore it's in your possession.
Extremely
$150 million.
Yeah, no.
God damn! I don't think I knew that guy had. I mean, I've always been a fan, and I know he's getting
Did he
older
produce
now.
a lot of other?
And he writes for a lot of people too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's been rapping since he was 9 years old.
Yeah,
I mean,
Wow.
I mean, you got unlimited money, and it's like, why are you going through this hassle?
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, but like rich, and this is a stereotype, but like rich old white guy, especially lawyers, getting DUIs all the time and shit. It's like, why aren't you hiring a driver? Like, just have a driver. It doesn't make any sense. Why are you getting a DUI?
I don't believe. Now, I might be remembering this inaccurately, but I thought I remembered Dan Newland's girlfriend or wife getting pulled over for a DUI. And then he was following her, and then he pulled over, and then he pulled the old "Do you know who I am?" thing.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Dan Newland
I
type
might
thing.
be wrong, but I just gotta say, as far as like a local guy that follows local news, I love those.
Yeah.
They're my favorite.
Well, they work 9 out of 10 times, but that one time they'll get you on the video segment.
Yeah,
And
like
then it
Reese
doesn't
Witherspoon.
work. Yeah.
But you have when that happened to Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah.
Here's the
I
thing.
lost some respect for her, and
But,
I'm a fan.
But you said you like it. She did exactly what you said you
do like it, but I like it for entertainment. It doesn't make me like the person more.
But statistically, you have to try it because it works 9 out of 10 times. Because usually the problem is body cams and all the cameras fucked it all up.
Yeah.
The cops can't let celebrities go nowadays.
Yeah, they can't.
God damn
that's
it.
your stance on body cams. Okay.
20 years ago, we have
it was
15
great.
years. You can let go of anything. You're drunk in the bear. I'll keep on driving. So it doesn't make like they.
He's right.
They would let.
I was going to my birthday party at Silver Glen. That everybody was going out there, and they had a boat and everything. And I was driving in my dad's Maxima at the time. I was young, man. I think it was like 22. And I got pulled over by a cop, and he knew where I worked, and he gave me the old hey, I just ran your number, and hey, happy birthday, get on out of here and go get fucked up for me. And away I go.
Oh,
best ever.
When I was a teenager, it was a sub-state. We could give all the cops free subs, and then every time we got pulled over or got caught with a weed pipe, they let us go because we give the cops free subs. And that was
make you guys feel good about it. Or
that was the deal.
No, it made me feel good about myself.
That was the deal. Free subs. You look the other way with the weed pipe, or you crush it or take it or whatever. You just let us go.
And in turn, when I'm sitting at
can't do it
Subway with my
nowadays.
mom and dad getting a sandwich, if you happen to be a Volusia County Sheriff's officer and you walk into Subway and you're using the water cup to steal Coca-Cola,
Right.
I don't fucking point it out.
Yeah.
Because that's the way the world works. The world is absolutely held together by a series of give and take fucking blowjobs. And that's a Mr. Show sketch. Look it up.
So, what story was this? I really lost track.
I don't know, but I want to point out Ross's bandana is a
Lil Wayne and a gun.
It is a Sunday morning coming down bandana,
nice.
and I would like to point out, if you guys you asked for behind the scenes, Tom and I got an actual Nashville soccer club commercial cut by our good friend Joseph Martin, who hosts Sunday Morning Coming Down, and we got all that put together, and I edited it, and we sent it down to Nashville, so we still write commercials for other soccer clubs. So there you go.
So, Ross, you got another story? Last story?
Yeah, I got one last story for you guys. California, this guy running a pyramid scheme. He's accused of stealing $35 million from a church, no less. The FBI is coming to get him. I don't know, I don't have the information of how he became aware that the FBI was on the way, but he jumps in a truck and takes off. They're chasing him. It's around a lake, right? Are you nodding because you heard this one already, Tom?
No, we didn't talk about it, but I'm laughing because I did hear the story. So go ahead because it's funny.
So this guy's FBI chasing him. He's in a pickup, drives off the road twice. Then they see him get out of the truck, something in his hand, and he jumps into the lake. He tried to get away on a Yamaha 350 Li. It's an underwater scooter, sort of like the one in that one James Bond movie where James Bond, Octopussy or whatever that was, it can reach speeds of 4 miles an hour, can get down to 100 feet underwater, and this guy tried getting away from the FBI on it. They were able to track him by bubbles.
Yes.
He just followed him down and watched the bubbles came up, and then when he ran out of juice, he had to come to the top.
Dude, this is pretty great, though, right?
Yeah. Do you want to see this thing, Tom?
I know
badass.
all about these, but I'm not.
There it is.
I'm not
Look
shitting
at
you.
that bad boy.
I look at these once a week.
I know you do. I know you do.
Hi, wanting to buy one, and then every once in a while, I follow.
You know when I'm asking you to do things in the studio, you're just staring at your phone. This is what he's looking at.
Yeah. And every once in a while, I'll follow.
They're $1,000. Oh
yeah,
my god.
the real ones are, but they'll have the fake ones on Facebook, ads, and then they'll have one. There's like 60.
Oh, look at him go! Look at him go!
It'll be like $68. I'm like, oh my god, what are these things? Are underwater scooters? $68. I want two. And then I go through the whole process, and before I buy it, I'm like, oh god, I know it's a scam.
Yeah. Hey Ross, I found the one you're talking about by Yamaha. 3.7 miles an hour, 75 minutes on a single charge. This thing's fucking awesome.
What a brilliant idea of an escape plan, although it did not work.
Well,
it's still fucking cool. I'm in.
This is some James Bond. Now they didn't mention he must have had full scuba gear on, right? You can't just hold your breath.
Maybe he would come up for air and then go back down.
If they were following bubbles, that insinuates that he had scuba gear on and he was underwater going.
I think it was the bubbles from the propeller. No.
No. Well, no. What is he holding his breath for 10 minutes?
There would be no wonder. There would be no air under there. So there'd be no way for the propeller to create air.
Yeah.
Unless it had exhaust, which I don't believe it does because it's battery powered.
Either he had full scuba gear or he had one of those mouthpiece emergency mini tank scuba. Scuba divers.
That'll last you a decent amount of time.
5 minutes or something of air.
A little bit of time.
But
he must had something. He was down for 25 minutes. They were chasing around his bubbles for 25 minutes.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
He's just going in circles.
Yeah. What's crazy to me is that he's able to then escape on his hydro scooter. By the way, he's in a lake, so not much.
How big of a lake? I kind of feel like I could keep moving away from you.
It's pretty damn big, dude.
Gently enough for you to not follow my bubble. It's I feel like I could, or hold my hand over your bubbles, or
if it's a deep. Here's the thing too, your bubbles will always come to the top, if you're scuba diving. But if you're deep enough, and then
they're gonna stay where you are. They're not gonna move.
Yeah. So the bubbles coming on the top, the guy could be maybe not 100 yards, but 30, 40 yards. Bubbles. Yeah. You're seeing where he was, but still, I guess lake's probably not that deep.
Sometimes when you and I are explaining something, you're saying things and I'm agreeing with it, and I realize how stupid we are and why we're in business together. I'm like, the bubbles, the old bubbles, and I'm like, this is why we're in this mess.
Also, I wonder, we'll probably never be able to this guy won't do an interview or talk about his escape. Maybe he will, hopefully.
I don't know.
I wonder what his plan was.
I should get an endorsement from him.
He's under the water for 25 minutes. I wonder if he's I'll just get to a shore and then run, and then take off my scuba equipment and then just run down the street or something I wonder when he was down there, because 25 minutes is a long time. Yeah. You have to think about what am I doing? What's the end result of this? But yeah, they caught him, and it was a funny story. So this guy going to jail for a long time, huh?
Ponzi scheme, $35 million. They got to convict him.
Yeah. That's a lot of money to do.
I feel like you're going to end up
No, yeah, getting away from yeah.
No, I can't. No, not getting away. I just kind of feel like you're going to end up, and then I'm going to get a text from Sam, and they're like, "Yeah, he got him. He had the underwater scuba." And I'll be like, "I knew it. And I'll be like, "Where are you?" And Sam's like, "I'm at home." I'll be like, "Well, I'll be by soon to pick you up and give you your last check." This is a mistake.
Mine's more of you ever seen that boat trying to run from the Coast Guard and they're shooting the 50 cal in front of them? That's me. That
one's a little scary.
That's more my style, where I'm full speed and they're like, and they're shooting in the helicopter
because they don't want to kill you, but they know they're going to have to.
Yeah. They're warning shots, but I just disregard it.
You ride into them and they become real shots.
All right, Ross. Let's talk about Tots with Ross.
Yeah, the Orlando Talk Show with Ross McCoy. That's my podcast. Go check it out wherever you listen to your podcast. Our last episode was with friend of the show, Jenna Hurt. You guys know her.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. You got her on there. That's incredible.
Hey, go listen to her show, and then go listen to the show I did with JB Ball. Jenna did her first comedy set at the same show on election night 4 years ago that I brought JB Ball up to headline. And they both tell their stories of being at that show. And it's so funny because I put Jenna's new, so I put her up first. And the crowd was still, like, happy. And, like, she had a great time and a great set. And she talks about that show so happily. And then JB Ball went up at the end of the night when it was, like, clear that Trump was going to win. And everybody was, like, fucking dead on their feet and drinking to forget. And, like, he tells his story of doing that show, and it is a completely different story.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, Jenna and JB are definitely friends of the show. Hey, man, thanks so much for doing news. And do you have any comedy coming up very soon that where maybe we can pop in and see you?
Back at the West End on November 27th, Black Friday show. Me and Ross Paget coming to Sanford.
Double Rosses.
Seating. Square. They got table service in that new performance venue. $10 tickets at SanfordTix.com. SanfordTix.com.
All right, cool. Awesome. Well, we'll be pushing that. I'll throw it on the old social medias.
Come to the Bullenbush tomorrow, Dan. Come to the Bullenbush. It's right by your goddamn house.
Bullenbush tomorrow. No, everybody's got stuff to do. I mean, maybe I won't do that. I couldn't do something tonight. I got some friends that are doing some stuff tonight. They wanted me to come out. It's weird not being able to find a sitter. Or even getting out is weird. We went to Chewy's this week for it's the second time I've been out, and it was great, but it was weird. You know what I mean? Like it's just weird getting back out into it. But hey, man, we love you. Thanks for the time, and good luck with the shows and everything. Give everybody some love from us.
Thanks, guys. See you.
All right, man.
See you, Ross.
We'll see you soon. That is Ross McCoy, the Orlando Talk Show with Ross McCoy, Tots with Ross.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Yes.
We come back. It's a long show, so we'll just do a fast dump
them out and get out of here. I didn't tell you that before the last break, Ryan Thorne and the Ramblers, Nappy-Haired Florida Boy was the song. That guy's out of Sanford. He's great. And then we're going to get a little funky right now. This is a band called Early Eyes. I love these guys. Extremely funky without trying to be funky. You see? You're like, this is a nerd. And I'm like, no, wait for it. It's about to get yacht rocky real soon. You're like, shut up, nerd. 1-844-TOMNDAN. We'll be right back.
I don't mind the bruises on my bike. No stop sign.
There it is. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha and Butler are here. Those are our friends Oklahoma Stackhouse with their Christmas song. I forget the name of it. It's super long. It's like Bells in My Head, Requiem for a Sleigh Ride.
Yeah.
Did I get it right? Yeah, look at that. That's marijuana. Fuck you. I win.
That's getting released on Black Friday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you could find them. Yep. Oklahoma Stackhouse. They're cool guys.
Indeed. Love those guys. They're super sweet.
Real quick, I realized that people had already emailed me, asked me about the BDM poker tournament and whatever. We're going to do another one.
I had so much fun, and I know I lost my ass. I don't know when I went out, maybe 6th or 7th. I hit the wrong button. And I'm not just saying that to, make, excuses. Tom won, which I was super kind of stoked about. And then I was like, of course, I went through the same thing you guys go through with it's fixed. This is all fake bullshit.
Right.
And,
I did laugh. Am I just stealing our own listeners' money?
No, he's a good poker player.
This has been his plan the whole time.
No, he is a good poker player. He really is. And
I worked out a lot.
Yeah, and I'm excited to play again. I want to get into a routine. Like, I want to start losing my house and shit. Let's do this. Come on. How do we do it?
We'll start doing it like a once a month thing or every other week. But just if you go to bdmpoker.com,
I think you guys will like it.
You might want to run that by your wife.
Yeah. At least once a month.
You're not doing it every other week.
But it's easy. I mean, literally.
You can do it on your phone.
I wanted to say
it's
this.
Just time.
Is it okay if I say what I told you in the office? Like, I don't want to Well, no, about like okay. I was
the accounts.
Sam, I was on my balcony. I had a cool beer. I had the fan on. I had Christmas music playing while a Christmas tree outside on my balcony was lit up. And I sat outside and played poker. I played a lot of like Jim Phillips poker tournament, Jimmy's poker tournament, a lot of real poker tournaments. You've even played in the one where you have to enter for what do you call it? Like World Series of Poker.
Oh, yeah.
This is the way you're supposed to play poker.
Well,
like on your balcony, drinking beer, in your underwear, relaxed, with the music you love.
It's real money. You got to pay
it's real money.
$10 buy-in. But
I was fucking loving it.
I won $150 cash. I would have been more if more people played. Like the more people to play, the bigger the prize. Anyway.
I want to get 159 players next time.
Right.
Let's do some dump 'em out.
We're doing all right. I don't have my glasses on. Where is dump 'em out?
Oh, man.
I got it. Oh my God, what's happening?
Hey, it's a remix.
It's a German techno.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I put it on
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump them out and play. I wanna see your topics. Woo! I wanna also see your bottomics.
Dump 'em out. Brought to you today by.
Oh my God! I thought you were gonna sing, and I got really happy.
No.
He was like,
I thought it was a Christmas
dump
miracle.
'em out. My name is Tom. I'm here to dump 'em out. I know I don't have big titties, but you can scream and shout. I'm gonna still pull my titties out. They're little, my nipples are big. They don't have any hair.
What?
No,
I was hoping one of you guys would jump in there and say something.
Stupid. Brought to you by Johnny's Other
All
Side.
right.
And
we
throw me off.
No, but we all do that.
Johnny's. You can go there and get the best burger in town.
We're like our whole show is just like we're just a bunch of old machines.
Good weather for Johnny's Other Side.
Yeah.
Sit out there,
Cheap
have
beer,
a
too.
burger,
Yeah,
some
man.
tots, $3 craft beers. Go by Johnny's.
I can't be just sitting there eating a basket of tots and 25 craft beers and fall over big fat piece of shit.
If you eat healthy and you can treat yourself, that's what you do.
But I want to just always treat myself.
I know. So do a lot of our BDMs. I see you guys.
Y'all been treating.
Treat yourself.
Trick or treat.
All right. Well, let's talk.
Huh?
So okay. I'm trying to find. Okay, this is.
Do you want to talk about how? Let me ask Dan.
What?
When you are mailing a letter,
Okay.
and you're filling out the address,
yes.
to the person that you're sending it to, where
Top left corner. You write. Or no, 2. Okay. 2 is on the center of the envelope. And then the top left corner is my address, the return address, and the stamp goes right-hand corner. I mean, like...
Okay, so you go center.
I feel like... Did I get something wrong? Because I feel like...
Okay, finally Dan's on my
let's
side.
get the goddamn evidence in
No.
here.
I told you the things that I know. Like, so if I got... like, but I feel like you're trying to fucking clown me. Who's clowning me? You're clowning me, motherfucker!
Oh, yeah.
Let me set it up.
What's happening?
So...
I don't know.
I'm writing the check to Yellow Brick Road Foundation from the virtual beer fest.
Why are you writing them a check?
Because it's all
we just
for
talk
charity.
About, the charities we talk about them.
Oh yeah, get the scooter.
Wait, are we on the air right now?
I'm getting that underwater scooter.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm writing the check out, and then I've lost
Who do
Yellow
I
Brick
make
Road.
it out to, kids? Y-D-A-S.
And we're gonna announce this later. I'll go ahead and say it now because I didn't get any. I have no idea if we should or not, but I'm just gonna say it.
No, that's not how it works.
$3,000.
All right.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Virtual beer fest.
Dude, that's unbelievable. Please
It's
clap.
Atlanta.
Please clap. Thank you.
Clap for the
children,
kids.
For the
No,
clap for the kids.
It's and all.
Tom
and
claps weird.
I give it up
Yeah,
to
he
all
does.
those guys.
Now I know why you can't
It's like
clap.
the monkey with the symbol.
I don't like clapping. I've never learned how to do it.
Clapping,
You
skipping.
didn't learn how to clap?
His dad was like, I'll teach you how to clap as soon as I get back from this hurricane.
Wow,
Wow, that was too far, man.
So
I'm sorry, that was too far.
I am writing the check, and then I'm like, where do I send it to? And then I forgot the address, Yellow Brick Road, and then I'm trying to find. I'm going through old emails, and then I just tell Samantha, "Can you help me with this, please? I don't know." And then Samantha's like, "I have it. I'm just gonna write it down the envelope for you." I'm becoming,
You just spit on me again.
you know that assistant that old I was about to say Keanu Reeves. Reeves, what's his name? Superman. Christopher. And the nurse that he had, I think he had the same nurse for a long time. And
I don't know this story.
Well, no, she just did everything for him.
It's a care manager.
Yeah, caretaker.
Her name was Wonder Woman.
I am trying to ease my way for Samantha just to be
You're
my
already there,
caretaker.
buddy. I heat up your lunch
Wait,
and bring it to you.
She does heat up your lunch.
Yeah.
So you want her
that's
to
what I like.
wipe your butt? And
Well,
stuff?
that's the end. That's the end game.
She ain't gonna do that, man. Are
But-
you joking?
Yeah, that's too far.
She'll clown you. You'll be on your respirator, and she'll like, come in here. Watch this. I put a fucking Sour Patch Kid in his trach hole. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Well, that's the give and take. You get to take your anger out and abuse me. You slap me around.
Yeah, you can have
I
sex
didn't
with them
know.
too.
You can take that anger.
That's what they do.
That's
in,
what he wants. That's not what I want.
That's what they do
Right.
in the nursing homes.
I don't think they have sex.
I don't
Yeah, they do. They impregnate them. I've seen it on.
Oh,
the
that's
news.
right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that story.
that's the Kill Bill.
How do you feel?
terrible.
How do you feel if you're that kid?
Which one?
You're the product of a person that worked
That's
at a
gotta be
nursing
rough,
home
man.
raping
Oh.
a nursing home.
And you find out later.
Yeah, and then you
Oh.
grow up to be Blippy. Right? That's what happens.
So anyway, Samantha's like,
I was trying to make light of it because it got too sad. I'm sorry. I had to take a left. I'm sorry. I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna write the address down in the envelope for you. I'm like, thank God, just do it for me. That's
Right.
all I
yeah,
want.
she has really good handwriting.
Anytime I ask, like, can you help
Honestly,
me?
another reason why I did it was because I was worried his handwriting was too bad and that it wouldn't get to the right
Bingo.
address to the kids. So I was like,
Bingo.
let me write
Do
it
you
down.
know how many checks we've sent to Merchman?
Oh, no.
Oh my God, 7
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
exact. They all come back. I have to write Eric Redinger in. I think I'm saying his name wrong. Radiger. I said Redinger.
So, just remember when I ask you to help me out with something, that's code for just do it for me, please. Do the whole thing, everything.
Okay.
Oh, I
All
know.
the way
I know
to the
that. I
end.
know that Tom code. Yeah.
So anyway, you write the address down on
and
the
then,
envelope.
And then later, I'm walking in the lobby and I see an envelope with the address that I wrote down, but
I
it's
saw
in
you.
Tom's
Yeah.
handwriting. And I'm like, well, what happened with the envelope that I... So then I ask him about it, and it seemed as if he didn't want to tell me what he did with it.
Well, I got okay.
I ate it.
no,
I was hungry and
no, because
Were you trying not to embarrass me?
yes,
Okay.
I am dumb.
I don't want to make people feel bad. I have a if they make a mistake, I don't want to point it out
Gotcha.
because I don't want them to feel bad. I'll just
He
I'll
wouldn't make
sweep it
eye
under-
contact with me.
Yeah.
Wait, you did?
Okay, I'll explain. I'll explain exactly what happened. So then I'm shuffling around
You
here.
were shuffling papers,
and,
crazy.
and then I walk
Well,
in.
that's usually when he's shuffling papers. That just means awkwardness. That,
yeah, he was very awkward.
It usually doesn't mean that
He wasn't
he's-
expecting me to ask him what happened happen to
Yeah,
the
but he's
envelope.
not doing anything. The shuffling is just the way that he processes
I
the
know.
awkwardness.
So I walk in and then I look at my desk and there's the envelope and the Yellow Brick Road check for $3,000. And on the envelope, the address is written, but it's written on the bottom
Now let me grab it.
right-hand corner, right, of the envelope. So I look at it and then I'm like, oh, why did you do that? I'm like,
Wait, I like the noise you make.
I'm like, she did it wrong. She doesn't know how the address is written.
Now, mind you,
Huh?
I've mailed thousands of
I know,
stickers and
yeah.
magnets
You've
for the
mailed stuff
past
for me.
9 years.
Yeah, no, I gave you. Correct me if I'm wrong. I gave you a gift to send out to a listener, not even right before COVID.
So here's. Well, I don't know if I should give the address out, but
Yeah,
like,
just
yeah,
public-
his is in the center.
Public information.
Okay,
I
his
think.
is in the center, right?
Yeah.
And then mine, it's not even that much.
See, it's in the bottom corner. So I looked at it.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
I'm
you
glad that
Hold on.
You can't
hold on.
fucking do that. Yeah, you're fired.
I always do it this way, and it always goes where it needs to go.
That's interesting. I've never seen that. No, I'm trying to be.
It is
honest.
not that much of a difference.
I'm glad Danger's with me.
Look, if
because-
I'm and he didn't know which way I was gonna go. I could have like literally piled on, which is normally where I'm gonna go. On this one, let me see him.
I looked
I'll
at
hold
it
on him. I'll
and
hold on
I
him.
was like, well, maybe, because I equate mail
Did
with.
you think it wasn't the mailman was not gonna send it where
Oh
it was
my
supposed
god!
to go?
But Tom, your handwriting is.
See, I'm worried about it not getting there now.
Your handwriting. If
He
I
writes
read it
like he
correctly, it's
skips.
like the
It gets there.
the
mail
couldn't go
The people who
It's
work.
very hard to read.
The people who work for the mail, they are like me. They so they know.
Oh, it's
They
a
see-
you know their language.
Yeah. They. But when I saw it, I was like, well, maybe she doesn't understand how the mail works because this
Wow.
is, a form of business.
Most
and
people are saying that both are acceptable. I'll show
Both
them.
are acceptable.
It's kind of
yeah.
like how girls ride horses. Like, why are both your feet? You don't know how to do it. It's a both. You have to both your feet on the side. That's not how to ride a horse, idiot.
Well, the only reason they're doing that is because they're too afraid to part their lips and put it on the top of the saddle.
I thought it was
Right?
Samantha.
Let's real talk it. The reason that women sit side saddle is because they're too afraid to reach into their panties and pull their lips apart and then sit back down like I do when I'm taking a dump so it doesn't make any noise.
No one wants a wet saddle.
Yeah. I tell my wife farted the other day in bed. I go, if you really want to do that and not let me hear it, you have to reach in your butt and you have to hold your hole open and let it go.
Stop. So anyway, I quietly wrote it myself, and then to not embarrass Samantha, I crumpled up her.
Yeah, you threw mine in the
I threw it in
trash.
the trash. Because I didn't want to be like, oh, she didn't understand how the mail works.
Again, I have
I'm
sent
like,
Oh, little lady, one day you'll understand how the Pony Express works.
I've sent so many.
You don't understand. See, the man writes
Things
down
in the
important
mail.
words and
It's
puts
the-
it in the envelope, and then the lady places it in another man's leather saddle, and then a horse carries it to the next town.
It was-
You don't know anything about it. Go get yourself a peppermint stick.
Don't ask for my help again.
I did the equivalent of taking off my jacket and put it over a mud puddle so you can get your high heels wet. I didn't want to embarrass you because you didn't know how the mail worked and you didn't know to put the address in the center, not all the way to the right. So I redid it, and then she came in. And now
Yeah.
I'm
Oh.
being clowned because you're like, this works.
No,
and like
she was
everything
she was just mad because she's like, now this is why the money we're losing money. Look at how many envelopes you're wasting. Yeah, you're fucking everything up.
So now you can just write the address at
Wait,
anywhere.
The check is in the old one, by the way. The one you threw away. I'm joking.
But I mean, there's a procedure that you have to follow. You can't just write the address anywhere.
No,
I mean, what
no.
the hell do you think? What the country comes to?
I-
Address in the middle.
I'm kind of with Tom on the address in the middle, but yours makes sense because you have something to kind of like
Well,
a guide for an end.
On a business check or a business envelope, that's where the check window would be. So they both work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: you can't write it at the end or at the all the way on the right because I can't determine how little or big to write my
Well,
letters.
that's because you have mental problems.
Then I get close to the end, and then I got to put all my letters small.
I don't know how big. That's what my daughter says.
They start out big, and then I trail off tiny, and then I got to end the
Curling up.
I gotta curl up in the middle. Anyway,
Stuck in the middle.
Oh
with you.
my god.
So
now if you want my help, I have to fill it out in the middle.
Whoa, don't say that.
We got to do it in the middle.
Yeah,
Right.
don't say do it in the middle.
Let's talk about the Fresh Prince documentary.
Yeah, Will Smith
I saw
is,
this.
Well, it's not a documentary; it's a reunion,
Yeah,
right?
it's a
Oh.
reunion.
Show.
Yeah, but Will Smith is.
I did write documentary on the
Yeah,
paper, though.
he's John Krasinski. I don't like him now.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
him. Yeah,
Really?
my strong opinion of watching this is that he is the fakest motherfucker on the planet, and he reminds me of somebody I used to work with, like a lot. A lot. Like, I look at this person and his mannerisms, like a lot. Like, no, not that person. Other people, and they are the same person, and it's not real.
So what is it?
And
Because
fuck him and
Fake positivity.
No, but no. Just look at just look at how he reacts to things. There's no, to me.
He's very over the top.
This is just
right?
me. This is just my opinion. And if you disagree with it, that's okay, and you can get mad at me. But when I watch him, I don't see anything authentic. I would urge everybody to watch this because I think the entertainment value and everybody, including Will Smith, are great. It's a great. I enjoyed it immensely. I bagged on it.
heard it was really good.
I bagged on it with Andrea. I didn't want to watch it. We started watching
Uncle
it.
Phil died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the butler still
James,
alive?
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Jeffrey's still there, yeah. But they only, unfortunately for everyone, Jeffrey is only used for reactions. There are 2 reactions you will see from Jeffrey. He says nothing.
Oh,
He will
man.
say, at one time, he will say, Will Smith will tell you a story that you've never heard before, no spoilers, and Jeffrey will go, far out, man, because he is actually British. And then another time, Jeffrey will go, oh, wow, and that's really it from Jeffrey.
Now, do they actually record an episode of Fresh Prince?
No. They just get together and talk about what it
about
meant. They
the show.
They have both
Reminisce.
Oh,
They
I
have
hate
both Aunt Viv's
Are they on
there.
a stage and they're in chairs?
No,
on the
yeah,
set.
but it's the old set.
Okay.
But they recreated it. They have both Aunt Vivian's. One of them is the original one that apparently Will Smith had fired because he didn't like that she was going to have a baby or something. You'll see all of
Ooh.
that. They confront each other. It's good. The whole thing's good, but I look at Will Smith and I go, something is wrong with you because the answers you're giving me are not actual human answers.
Is he?
They're.
Did we disprove that he's a Scientologist or not?
He says he is not.
Okay.
But he's involved, so, you know.
I'm not trying to be judgmental. And I realize
He's
that
been
every
famous
time
for
I
too
say, hey, this is going to sound judgmental, that I'm doing what I say I'm doing. But
I like judgmental.
no, but it's just, dude, it's like, watch it and you tell me. You watch that with him and you tell me.
Yeah.
It made me feel like, and I don't want to give a spoiler about the Aunt Vivian story because if you don't know it, then I'm going to blow it. But I will say I'm on her side. And I'm going to say that I'm on everybody's side except for Will Smith. And it's not because I think he's a bad person. It has nothing to do with that.
Right.
It's just there's something there. There's something wrong. What you're telling me is not 100%. It's not authentic. It's not real. You know how, like, when I talk to you about something and I get real passionate and you can tell that the words are not, like, perfect because it's real?
Yeah.
Right.
That's how you know.
There's certain humans that I've met them before, and you'll know what I'm talking about. You come across them where you look in their eyes and you're like, "Are you?
That's it.
Are you acting like what you think a human should
Yes,
act like?"
yeah.
And then you're like, I call it alien stuck in a human's body.
No,
Or maybe just parents just don't understand.
Yeah.
Wow.
But also, you
That's
could
two
be
for
Pizza
you.
party.
You could be turned
two.
into that, I think, from being way too famous and
Way too early.
and
And for too long.
and for
Yeah.
too long,
Yeah.
and then your life is so weirdo that you don't have
Because
anything.
his whole entire family is famous, so
Yeah, but
you got to
the
take
whole
that into
thing-
account
it-
too.
the
It's
whole
not just
thing-
him; his
since
wife
it-
is super famous, his kids are famous.
It actually makes me glad to be me because, like, I look at it and I'm like, well, I'm glad that I'm able to articulate my feelings in a way that hopefully you guys think I'm legitimate when I tell you things that are true.
Mm-hmm.
I would hate to think that that's another thing. I get my own head. I'm like, I would hate to think that I'm being honest with somebody and they think that I'm being Will
fake.
Smith.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but when I watch him, I don't find anything that he says like
Authentic.
okay, if I were in the military and he were the guy leading me, and me and Tom and Butler and Sam, we're all in the same group, and he's like, we're going to go do this, I would pull you guys aside and
Mutiny.
be like, I don't know. No, I would just be like, I'm not confident. This isn't like, I don't know what's
Man,
going
I gotta watch it now.
It was just a vibe. And yes, I was imbibing. I had my anxiety medicine.
So I need to take my medicine first. I gotcha.
But I wasn't. I was
CBD.
I was absolutely articulate. I had only consumed
watching
CBD. with a high concentration of THC.
He's in particular a weirdo in real life. Although, like, I'm fine with letting actors. I just enjoying their acting work, and then whatever they're doing in real life.
I just want to see what you guys think.
Don't
just tell
care.
me.
Don't look at it. I assume you're
just waste an hour.
A crazy person. Yeah.
Just waste an hour and then tell me what you think. I honestly believe, and now there are some things like when he has the altercation with the original on Viv. Mm-hmm. I think that he handles it with utmost respect and kindness, and I do think he's a good person. I don't think he's necessarily a bad person.
Well, the thing is, you don't know. Like,
yeah. I don't.
How do you know this guy?
But the what I'm feeling though, my gut tells me there is something that is disrupting the authenticity of some of the things that are said.
He's pretending to be human. Yeah.
It's shaky with me. Like when you say it, like there's sometimes when people say things and I'm like, I'm in. Here, I'll say this. Like even Trump, like right now, when he says things, you look at him, you're like, that motherfucker, you're like, he's got it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to make it political. I'm just using him as an example.
What he says, yeah.
Like, so it's authentic, right? Then I have more respect for that because it's authentic. It's real. So whatever I'm seeing with Will does not seem real. It just doesn't seem real.
We do, though, as a society, expect like these rich and famous people, and no matter what is, like if they've been rich for a long time or they got to a certain fame level and for a certain amount of years, and we get mad at them for not being normal. But how could they be normal?
No, I'm not mad. No. He's trying to act normal. That's the thing. It's like just act rich then, or act crazy.
Yeah. It's these people live a life where they can't do anything that we do, right?
Yeah.
With and also they're so rich where you start like anything that's hard in your life or you don't want to do, you start eliminating. You have the money to do that, so then you've lived like that for a certain amount of time, and then how the hell are you going to relate to
this
a guy
is who you're becoming, Tom? You know that.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad. I want to be sober when I walk out of my mansion. I'm like, what's happening? Oh my God, these people stink. And then I want to.
And you're like, shut the gates, release the oil, release all the oil.
Why wouldn't you want that?
How much oil do we have? Set it all on fire.
I want to be looked at by people and be like, that guy's not authentic. He's a weirdo. But I'm like, I'm rich. Like, I want to be that. I probably would never be that. But it's
you keep on winning those poker games.
One more thing. If you guys are going to watch this, because I know we're running out of time. If you watch they go back and they show the original on Viv doing this dance, because she's a super talented actress, singer, dancer. I mean, the lady is like, literally triple threat. She could have done anything and probably did do anything she wanted to do. But she does this ballet dance and like goes all crazy on like seasons 1 or 2, and she does a dance and she's fucking hot as balls. Even as an old lady, she's hot. Original on Viv can get it. Second on Viv, you're busted. Is that bad? Should I not say that?
No, it's your opinion.
Busted.
All right, let's get it. We did a long show today. So again, the True Leaf promotion. I'm trying to think of other things. Hookups page.
Are you drinking a Cannon Charge?
Yeah, what are you drinking?
Late in the day, you're drinking a Cannon Charge? You're drinking an energy drink and a Diet Mountain Dew.
Well, I've
had 9 White Claws.
It was sitting on my desk. Yeah. I know, it's goddamn poison.
I like it.
Anyway, semantics.
What?
What's
That's
going
not
on?
my name.
I'm talking about the show. What's going on in the show?
I don't know. So we're going to the Orlando City playoff match tomorrow. So we're going to record after that. So.
Oh, I thought you were going to record in the stadium.
We were going to do it at the tailgate, but it's an early match,
it's
so
hard.
we're just like, we'll wait till afterwards. So we might have some guests on, but it might just be me and my husband. But tonight, I am recording. You heard about this one?
Yeah.
The Free Britney movement.
Oh, you're
finally
she's
recording it tonight.
This is like 6 weeks. Well, more than that. More than 6 weeks of research that she's done.
And effort in this.
Yeah.
And,
so if you're like me, and I'm excited about this, if you're like me, you don't fully understand or know all the details of Britney Spears, what's going on, why she's in litigation right now.
I'll condense the info for you.
You can, this is something that you can do. You can tune into Sam's podcast and check it out, and she'll kind of break it down for you.
Yeah, it will be on our Patreon, but it is free. So patreon.com/semantics. It'll probably be posted on Sunday.
Here's what I would say. If you're going to imbibe in that, if you're going to get all that information and all of her hard work, Throw her a
It
little
is
something.
the hardest I've ever
throw
worked
a
on a show,
I
and
know.
it's free.
I know. Hey, the hardest I ever worked was to like cut it out. You know, like dumb
Yeah.
things that you do when you're trying to get like, oh, I'm working with a record label to try to get the ability to release this song to all of our listeners. It's like you do the most amount of work for nothing. So that makes me applaud it
check
even
out
more.
the other ones we did. Like
Yeah.
the last one we did, Derek covered the moon landing, if it was real or not.
Yeah,
I've
they're
done
just
Paul
fun.
is dead. Avril Lavigne is dead. So check them out. They're free on Patreon.
Yeah, definitely cool. So check that out. And if you're on Patreon, support Semantics.
Butler, we at Sugarworks in New Smyrna, they have
They have our corporate time rocks glasses, whiskey
nice.
glasses over there. So definitely go over there. They
Do I
have
have
a.
one of those? I don't think I do.
No, we don't. We don't
I
have
got
one in
one.
studio. They have those available for if you buy a bottle of Calisa Creek or the Turnbull Bay rum. And also at Cafe Da Vinci out in DeLand, we also got something going on out there. I mean, it's a watering hole. There's they're Cashed Out's playing on December 3rd out there. It's also a great spot to check out.
Hey, I was here when I was here. I forgot to tell you guys this. When I was here puking in the yard, putting in the new computer, we didn't have any booze in here. But we had Turnbull Bay rum, the vanilla flavored one.
Oh, isn't it Oklahoma Stackhouse not cashed out, or is it cashed out?
No, it's cashed out December 3rd.
Shit.
Okay.
Wow.
And then
That
I got the rum with the
swore I was
Coke.
right.
It's Coca-Cola rum, or Coca-Cola with Turnbull Bay
Oh, yes.
vanilla rum. Try it. Just try, but you
Yeah.
got to go real Coke. It's got to have some sugar in it. It's definitely better. I had one of those while I was putting the computer in. It's very nice.
Well, thank you to all the BDMs. We're next week. We're doing the Friday free show on Tuesday.
Yes. At noon.
At noon.
So that's going to be out, but we have ACTs all the way recorded up until Wednesday. So got a bunch of new content next week, but Tuesday's the Friday free show.
Indeed. Thanks again to Oh No Media.
Yes. Owen's in there. In the
Yeah.
chat.
Oh, hi, Owen. Thanks to the Oh No crew for
He's
helping
in a
us.
cult now. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. That's pretty awesome. For helping us with our new intro video that you guys will see if you check out the replay on YouTube, Tom and Dan Live, and always on Twitch, Tom and Dan Live, and basically everywhere, including TikTok, Tom and Dan Live.
We have a TikTok video out yet?
No, I don't know what
He
to
went
do.
to do one yesterday when you were doing your painting, and then I think Pop deleted
No,
the
it
video.
was only. So I'm holding it and I'm watching him, and he was like 15 seconds, and then he just kept going and going and going. So he gave me 3 minutes. I only had 15 seconds, and I was like, "But this is incomplete. It's stupid."
No, that's
So-
what you do. 15 seconds.
So I deleted it.
Why do we even have TikTok
No,
then?
but the reason we have TikTok apparently so I can go on there and see everybody's weight loss challenges.
Gang.
All right.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about gang gang.
Oh, what is
You
that?
guys are old men, and it is killing me. Every day you guys are getting
No,
grumpier
I
and
know
grumpier.
what gang gang means, but there's too many definitions in the Urban Dictionary.
What is the Urban Dictionary?
And on that note, we'll see you back here next week for more gang gang.